Hello everybody. Also, this way I don't have to edit the video edit out the intro. Hello. We're back again. Back again. Some announcements before we begin,
Guess
though.
who's back?
We're gonna be taking the last Wednesday of the month off from the main campaign every month, going forward. And we're gonna be doing little other games with a smaller cast, on the last Wednesday of the month. So this last God, what year is it?
2024.
January 31st. January 31st, we will be recording, and oh yeah, all the end of the month stuff will be pre-recorded. Not going to stream that stuff because streaming is very stressful, and I only want to do that as much as I don't have to. But yeah, January 31st, we'll be getting a few people together to do a character creation for Mimicborn. And we'll be recording that and putting that out there because, there needs to be more videos on character creation for tabletop games as well. So that'll be up there, and then every last Wednesday, a few of us will be playing Mimicborn, and then the others can have a free Wednesday if they'd like. So keep an eye peeled for that. Still trying to think of other things to do for the other days of the week. Which for me is Thursdays only now, because life sucks and you have to work to live. That's life. So yeah, working on stuff, thinking of stuff, and also the last Wednesday thing is to avoid burnout because playing D&D only for 6+ years, going on 6 years.
What?
Yeah, going on 6 years. This year you'll be 6 years.
Yeah, we're at 5.5 years, Sam, since we've been playing together.
6 years.
Where did that happen?
The same game kind of gets a little boring and get burnt out occasionally. So looking to
people damn near every Wednesday for the past almost 6 years. What the hell?
looking to spice and change things up and kind of reinvigorate myself. But that's it for me. Look for Mimicborn stuff coming up because that's a fun game. I bought the book a very, very long time ago, and I need an excuse to actually use the tabletop stuff I buy.
Fair.
Yeah. Kate, what do you got for me?
Hey, all my shops are officially reopened after the holiday season, so go check them out for some cool handmade stuff and stuff locally designed by yours truly.
Nice.
Yeah. Links in the chat or in the description.
Not chat today.
No chat today.
Alrighty. So, last we left off, the funky casuals had been safely brought to Antygothal's abode via these massive tree roots, now known to be the ley lines, after the destruction of Port Crake, caused by Duskreep Aelinor at the false masquerade, using the 2 lumen spires in his possession. As you all got your bearings, you could see the armless but alive, unconscious body of the Marquis. He was healed and awoken to question him, but he seemed to remain silent, only smiling, unable to, or not wishing to reveal secrets and questions that were being, or reveal answers of the questions being asked of him. And because of this, Hopper plunged the sword into his chest and killed him. Yay!
He was a little angry.
Seeing that you were asking if you were going to use the body for anything else, Antygothal caused the roots to drag the Marquis' body away and began fashioning him into a scarecrow, and invited you all inside for refreshments, the specific tuber tea, and eventually at some point in the night everybody ate a Yethhound, which is a humanoid-faced dog native to the Feywild. As you all entered the home, you saw a much older and taller Leek, having been seemingly resurrected and eating a bowl of leeches. Lionel obviously did not make the trip with you, and neither did Doe and the others that were at the manor. While sitting down and partaking in her tuber tea, you all learned the nature of the ley lines, and that they are the roots of a great tree called an Aeldir, known as the Everlasting Arbor, which grows in the Drakeward Desert, and this tree's roots extend across the entirety of the world and also to the very depths of the world, kind of echoing certain beliefs characters have been spouting this entire time. It's just a fun coincidence. and learning that these roots are in fact the ley lines, and this tree is the kind of source of all magic, connecting it to other trees that make up a grand root system through the planes of existence called the Ether Root. Also learned that Aelinor is the son of the Weaver, the goddess of magic, and he seeks to use Arcane's Bane, the devourer of the weave, and now that Kenna-Pashon is dead, the being's prison is opened. And he seeks to use this creature to consume the flaring magic of the Grand Restoration when that begins, which it already has. So he can become the only being in existence with magic, and kind of go into a spell plague, no magic setting if he succeeds. As he believes the weave is his birthright, and he's mad at his mommy for giving it to everybody. And then to aid you all in your travels, you're given another bag of holding in the form of a sentient severed boar's head called Hildisvini, which is a Norse boar thing, if you want to look into that for fun. After learning what you could about the events unfolding and that you were currently living in a divergent reality, because the War of Ascension that caused all this corruption among the ley lines kind of split the world down two realities, and people were living kind of in between both, experiencing times from both and events from both, and that the only way to fix this was to allow the Grand Restoration to occur and set about the right reality that Antyr called the True Thread. Antyr made a bargain to free Baba Yaga from her Lumen Spire, at the cost of sacrificing the Luminera, the flying dragonfly-like artifact, in an attempt to unite the Seelie and Unseelie courts against the Umbral Court. Baba Yaga left to do so, or at least help in regards to that, as the Unseelie court was now leaderless, but now has regained their leader. Grin asked if Antyr could manipulate the threads of fate to aid the party in finding their way successfully to the home of the Seelie court, where the group decided they'd go in the morning. She manipulated said threads by moving some of the roots on her ceiling, citing that she just avoided the future where the blue one dies. Not specifying which blue one, because there are two in the party. You all kind of retired to your own abodes that were horrific and made up of people parts, which someone learned, I don't remember who, learned that anyone who kind of rescinds or doesn't keep up their end of the bargain with Antyr becomes a part of her property and house. Hag stuff. You all laid down for the night and came to in the morning in your rooms that were back to normal. No more weird people stuff poking out. And it looked like the moon, that the roots of the world were now wrapped around and pulling closer to the earth. The moon was just a little bit closer today and bigger in the sky. So we're basically looking at Majora's Mask right now. So, peering out the windows of each of your now featureless rooms, you can see the moon has been pulled closer to the world and is appearing much larger in the sky, still wreathed completely by the root-like ley lines, and the moon has slightly changed hue, going from its deep, dark, black color and getting lighter. And also repairing itself, because the moon has always been broken apart in the sky, and now it's being mended. As you wake and gather your senses, you each feel a strange itching sensation on the underside of your wrist, on your most dominant hand. Torger, it's a kind of a familiar itching sensation that you've had numerous times before. If any of you look to scratch said itch, or look at the possible source of the sudden itching, you see what appears to be a tattoo slowly begin to ink itself onto the skin, and with it comes the pain of receiving said tattoo. And as the tattoo inks itself onto your skin, it begins to look like a great tree, with roots that begin to weave and wind their way up your arms and towards your chest where the heart would be. As the ink sets into the skin, it turns a vibrant crimson color, and both the pain and itching subside to a sudden chill on the skin that fades nearly instantly. Antyr, for you, the process is far more painful than the others, which you're unaware of. You're unaware of the, difference in pain and agony and stuff. The pain is searing agony, and your body is restrained. Arms held out from you as an imposing figure towers above you. The same figure you saw in the bayou in the branches above that was mimicking noises. Now that you can see it not obscured by shadows, it is slightly reminiscent of Antyr, but twisted, elongated, and wholly nightmarish. Should you choose to scream, only a silent scream comes forth, your agony for you and you alone. Her long, slender fingers are now hooked, with the skin pulled back so far beyond the cuticles that the fingernails are almost like falling out. Her eyes are glowing white orbs nestled within deeply sunken sockets, no longer these yellow orbs with pupils. Her form is far taller, more elongated and crooked, her head constantly resting at a slight angle like her neck is broken, and her curtains of greasy gray hair are far longer, like they reach out to consume every corner of this room. Kind of like Kayako from The Grudge. Or, what it's actually called. Her mossy shawl is gone, and she is completely bare, aside from the large, void-like hole in the center of her stomach that you saw the day before, where hundreds of small, withered, and weakened, grasping humanoid hands claw out from and are what are holding you down. Even the husband that grows out from her back like a hump is gone. Her mouth is much wider and consumes most of her face and is filled with hundreds of grinning fangs. And the reason for this pain you're experiencing is one of her fingers has flayed each layer of the skin on your dominant arm down to the bone, and is tracing the shape of a tree and its roots towards your heart from your wrist, flaying the skin as she goes until she reaches your sternum and stares hungrily down at you. The bargain is made, engraved upon the flesh of your comrades and bound eternally to this. And she slashes at the skin of your chest and flays every layer down to the breastbone, and taps gently on the bone with the same finger, now dripping with blood. For as long as this remains as your heart, and this body remains as it is, your friends will never reach what lies beyond the veil of death. They will return, no matter the damage to what remains. She then grabs your breastbone and snaps it, and then jabs one of the hooked fingers into your heart and rips it out of your chest.
I'm dead.
The pain is immense. You feel your heart stop beating, but death doesn't take you, as she eats the heart, chewing on it loudly and almost euphoric as she does so. Death doesn't take you today, but something has been taken in its place, as she places a withered black fruit into your chest,
Oh.
the same fruit Grin gave her the night before.
Thanks, Grin.
She mends the breast.
Golly ma.
She mends the breastbone, and as she begins to mend the flayed skin all the way to your wrist, a scar begins to form in the very shape of a tree on your wrist, with its roots weaving up your arm and towards your heart. She disappears as quickly as she appeared, and the pain remains for a few minutes, slowly subsiding over time, but the coldness remains. With this, since it's been enough time, your hair has also grown back. Because that was
Oh,
also
thank God.
that was also a very short wild magic
Mhm.
surge. Should you be sharing your room with anyone else, which I believe you are, this experience is for you and you alone. If anyone should look over to you during this ordeal, you'd still be mid-trance, and it would appear like everything is okay. You might want to look under your character sheet, under feats. Nobody else look.
Okay.
And everyone wakes up to
You're
see...
saying nobody else look at his sheet, not our own sheet.
Correct.
Okay.
I have two large chunks of it. Okay, 1 second. Let me read.
So you all wake up the following morning with that itching sensation to see a tattoo now formed from the wrist of your dominant hand all the way to your heart. It appears like a great tree, a crimson great tree, its roots weaving, and then, the moon is much, much closer today, bigger in the sky. And I believe people are sharing rooms, but I don't remember who.
I think it was Antyr and Grin, and then Torger and Hopper. Sorry.
I was gonna say, selfishly, those of us who already have ink, is this just blasting its way through our already, all our
Oh,
pieces,
no.
or is it winding
It doesn't.
around?
It doesn't ruin anything
Well,
that might be in its
yeah.
way.
So then it is gonna have to probably go across
Yeah.
a collarbone
It's
Let
like
it come
it's
down.
Antyr's like a weird game of Snake for Antyrs because of
Yeah.
his
yeah. So she
his
was
tattoos.
when she was tracing
Or
it,
their
she was
tattoos,
she
yeah.
was avoiding every line to get to the destination for Antyr. And yeah, Torger, when the tattoo is inking on you, it was avoiding any existing markings.
So it'd have to like go underneath, probably around an armpit, and then go across. Yeah.
And the strange
Cross
thing
to
for
make its
you,
way.
Torger, is you can see this color. Crimson.
Ooh.
But everyone wakes up with a new tattoo, and the moon's a bit closer today.
All right.
And no,
Torger, I thought I told you that I won our bout last night. Did you tattoo me in our sleep?
Yeah, I don't remember losing any fight.
Fine, it was unofficial, but you have a new one too.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't have any sort of thing I've got to say about it.
You sound like you have something to say about it.
No. I don't like getting tattoos that I didn't.
Is that you didn't deserve?
Mm.
Or
Yeah.
earn?
Yeah. But maybe we lost the different kinds of fight.
Did you have any weird dreams?
No, just the same old.
Maybe we should ask the others.
Yeah, let's go.
okay.
Let's go.
Antyr was sharing a room with Grin, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, everyone, the moon is much closer to the world today.
What is this? What's going on?
Oh. Antyr's kind of dazed a bit. All right. Okay. It's new. Do you have this at your lips to show?
The scar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grin, you see the same pattern, but as a scar on Antyr, not a tattoo.
You know magic stuffs. What happened? Do you know what this is? Is it magical or what's going on?
Maybe we should get the others.
Wow.
So I
Is
don't
it-
have to tell everyone the same thing twice.
Alright. Keep your secrets for about 10 seconds.
Yes, it's a very short time. You were so impatient.
Go on,
Grin.
keep your secrets.
For a mere 10
Alright. Let's get out of here.
Does everyone kind of... Yeah, Vonkar, you wake up by yourself, just tattoo that's miraculously weaved its way around the metallic veins on your skin.
That's interesting.
And Vonkar, you know it's not... You would know because of something that it's not something.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know something because something.
That's-
I mean-
something. something. Something.
Yeah. So you all like exit out into like the kind of landing where all these rooms kind of converge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Grin's just like,
Antyr, I hope you got everything you wanted out of the books and in this little library you were slipping in, because once we close the door, it's probably not coming back.
Yes, you.
It was
I
all
could
just...
probably recite the history from.
It was a lot of just
that
grim
place.
fairy tales. Like just weird, dark fairy tales.
I could
like-
probably provide that
Like,
too. So
if a fey creature doesn't keep its promise, it turns to stone.
Any good ones? Maybe we can take one with us,
yeah, I have
like
a
an
few.
encyclopedia.
Yeah, I have a few, but I can keep. I'm not really fully unaware whenever I'm trancing.
Alright.
It's like hearing music. If you listen to it while you're sleeping, apparently you can remember it better. I don't know if that's true or not. I just made it up. Let's go.
As you
I'll
all,
play some music.
reconvene
Like
and kind of,
music.
as you all kind of like reconvene into like the central kind of chamber that all these rooms kind of spread out from. I just knocked my mic off. Fucking thing.
Oh
Bye.
no.
Fucking.
As you all, the moon hits the moon lands. As you all exit into like this main central chamber, you can see everybody's here. Everyone can clock the tattoos. Leek doesn't have a tattoo, and Antyr doesn't, but Antyr's is a very noticeable scar in the same pattern that winds up the arm.
Antyr, did you get in a fight with the bookshelf?
One of these things is not like the other.
No, but they're gonna look around.
Yeah, you see Leek doesn't have one of the tattoos. It's just the members of the party, and you have your scar.
Well, when you make a bargain, you make a bargain, I guess.
This was you.
Yeah,
It
where's
wasn't. It wasn't necessarily. I mean, sort of. It was because of a choice that I made for the group.
Where's it?
Hmm?
Or was that thing? Was it when you said that you asked for a promise that none of us would get hurt, or something like that?
I'm
How,
sure
what
that
was the
none of
wording
you.
exactly?
Something about your untimely demise or something of that nature. So
Yeah, Mama
Wow, thanks.
tends to help people from not dying all the time.
where your scars or your tattoos here are visible on your skin, mine is deeper.
What do you
So
mean?
yours is the surface level, mine is beneath the skin.
You seem to have a bit more information about this. What happened with? Did you? How you got something? Yeah.
It was you could call it a dream, a vision, a prophecy, whatever you want. But I bore witness to the promise being made, or the bargain being sealed.
Okay.
I didn't realize, and I apologize for what effects it had on all of you in this way. Torger especially, it reduces amount of space you have to fill. Hoppers, yours can be hidden by just brushing your fur slightly to the side to redo how your fur goes.
Well, no, how you see how fur pigmentation works? It is based on the color of your skin tone underneath, and then the pigment just kind of bleeds into the patches of fur that grow above it. That's why when you
Oh, well, you're
shave
gonna
a
have really
cow,
cool crimson stripes now. You're welcome.
Yeah, you kind of you have kind of like crimson striped hair on your one
I do,
arm.
Antyr. I do not think it is cool, but I do have these stripes.
But I think for the time being, I think the good thing here is to keep me alive to ensure that you stay alive. So that is kind of the trade-off for this bargain.
Wait, what's
what?
so what's this called?
A tattoo?
No, I knows what a tattoo
Oh.
is, but you call this crimskin? What you call this?
Crim skin.
Crimson? The color crimson. It's red.
Is-
It's what your blood
is it-
is the color of your blood.
This is what bloods looks like.
Yes.
I always thought this was brown.
Can be if it dries.
What?
True. Oh, yes, dry blood.
What's
is
changed
technically-
color?
Yes, if it is not oxygenated, it is often a deep purple.
What?
Hopper the fucking scientist.
Antyr's
Antyr's gonna take the God, I can't believe I still have this fucking dagger.
Oh, yeah.
Brace's dagger, and it's gonna just
That halfling that
they're gonna
Torger,
nick their
like,
finger.
snapped the
Yeah,
neck.
they're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
nick their finger.
Okay. Your
It bleeds.
blood comes out like it's coagulated and congealed like jello. Your blood is just like still and unmoving.
Okay, maybe I'm not a really good example for this.
So it's like black.
Yeah, okay, that doesn't really work. I was going to see maybe if you could see if that's. Can you see all of the color of the red?
It just looks.
Crimson is
It just looks black.
Here, let me see it, Antyr.
Here you go.
Press a foot. And I'll do like a little slice on the palm of my thumb.
You have
On
blood.
the meat of my
Yeah,
thumb.
you have blood.
It looks
Crimson.
like
Sees-
Does Torger see the blood color or just the crimson of the?
As far as I understand, I've had intervention on one crimson thing, and that is this tattoo.
Okay.
As far as
So-
what I can see, as far as I understand.
Torger. The blood
Yeah.
that they're drawing from themselves, no color.
Yeah. Okay.
Dark.
Yes. So it looks like it's just regular gray's blood, like all blood's gray. Doesn't change colors.
uh,
Smells like pennies.
Grin is gonna
I
go
hid the
over.
dagger back.
Grin is gonna go over to Antyr and put a hand on their shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and be like, "Oh,
They're really cold
That
to the.
doesn't-
They're cold to the touch.
that doesn't look good.
and he's gonna do heart sense.
All right. Guess you're doing.
And
Guess you're doing a saving
What is
throw.
it? What does it reveal?
So, heart sense. I'll just read the whole thing out again because,
Yeah.
it's a thing. You can touch a creature and magically know the creature's current emotional state.
Hmm.
If the target fails a charisma saving throw, DC 16, you know the creature's alignment. Celestials, fiends, and undead automatically fail the saving throw.
Okay. Current emotional state is. I would say it's probably like a blend of like anxious, but acceptance.
Does it work if you ain't got no heart?
Ah, good question.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that
I
is
mean,
valid.
it works on undead and fiends
It's a
and
metaphorical
celestials, so-
heart sense.
They have hearts
Yeah.
though. Fiend and undead do have hearts.
Skeletons don't, but intelligent undead do.
I mean, it
Wow, you
works.
caught me down.
The ability works.
Yeah, I would say it works. Yeah, makes sense.
Lex, I did send you something though.
Oh. I read.
Eat faster. No, I'm kidding.
All right. Yeah, you get anxious acceptance.
Okay.
Wonder-
And
Ooh, charisma saving throw maybe.
charisma saving throw.
Okay.
No advantage on this one because it's not the charmed condition.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Cool.
You're not good at these.
10. A flat 10. Do I fail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Alignment?
Drop that alignment knowledge. I mean, everyone's probably aware.
I mean, and here's the thing though.
I'll
like,
send it to you.
we don't
Garrett.
have to go. We don't have to go like classic alignment. Just like how you.
Yeah,
would
it's. I
describe
mean,
it
you
if
could
want.
probably feel. It would teeter along the lines of, as the first time that you ever laid your hands on Antyr, you got that
Mhm.
sense of self-preservation. That has amplified a bit,
Mhm.
but there's still sparks of like Antyr made a promise and chose to make that bargain to include not just himself but
just thought of something too. Can you keep going? I have to
Yeah.
roll something now too.
but the others, so all of you. So there's like a fraction of like that carrying, because before I don't think Antyr felt much for y'all.
Grin.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You detect another presence in there though. The other presence failed the charisma save, so there is a neutral evil presence in there as well.
Okay.
But Antyr does still have a goal and a drive that is still very self-centered.
Mm-hmm.
And as you've seen, they have, and even outside of what the character has seen, the player yourself has seen Antyr do things that they have no qualms or worries to carry
sorry.
on what needs to be done.
Yeah, I'm sorry for stacking another thing on this, but based on that, can I think back to when when Antyr said, "Oh, looks like you better keep me alive, because if I die, then you guys don't get your free ticket." Thinking back on that, can Grin tell if he was lying in order for self-preservation?
Yeah, sure. I would say if you insight, I guess. DM.
Yeah.
Would that be
Yeah,
an insight?
it's an
check?
insight.
Yeah.
It's an insight against Antyr's deception or persuasion. Your choice. Just roll it to me privately.
Okay. And I am not good at these. Not at all. All right. You beat me.
All right.
Antyr was being honest.
Cool.
Antyr was being truthful. It seems as though the bargain that was struck ensured that Antyr would stay alive, and have a reason to be kept alive, but also to allow the others to have the chance to not meet their death. So,
Okay. All right, last one. I swear.
okay,
Swear.
yeah, go ahead.
I would like to do a divine sense and be looking around, but definitely at Leak.
Sure. Divine sense. This is gonna be funny. Yeah. Okay.
Anything affected by the hollow
Yeah,
spell,
yeah.
I think also is Fey, even though it's not
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
explicit.
No, hollow spell is fiends and undead can't enter the area. That's how hollow spell works. So
but
this place
you can sense anything affected by the hollow
Yeah,
spell.
nope.
So, yeah. Okay.
and no undead ping on leak. But undead ping all over the property,
Oh yeah.
but not on leak, and
Yeah.
that's not anywhere else. Just the property at large.
Okay. So no,
Things that
no,
are undead.
like, yeah, none of the known entities. If I look around, do I see that sweeper person
The
that
snail.
we gave the
The
stuff
slug?
to? Yeah, the snail, slug
slug,
thing.
yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's it for me, guys. There is a lot right there,
Mhm.
but
Garrett's such a session hog. God.
Yeah, everything. The only thing that felt a little weird was you did detect another presence in Antyr.
yeah.
But you didn't really glean anything from it other than it's a little twisted.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till we're off the property to probe that one.
So now that that's just
Actually, when you did the heart sense as well on Antyr, I need everyone to make the charisma save.
Ooh.
Everyone,
Ooh, including myself.
including yourself.
Oh.
Dirty one.
Dirty one.
7.
Dirty one.
27.
Okay.
That one was a flirty 20.
All right. You also sense Vonkar's alignment and feelings and whatnot, as you're now all very much connected to Antyr.
Oh, valid.
Interesting.
And another thing you'll notice with this heart sense, because this is fun, I'll say like you also detect like the heartbeat of the creature as you ping kind of you get a sense of everyone's, because what Heart Sense does, the Christmas save, is just to see anything deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's heartbeat is the same matching rhythm.
So like if one of us goes for a run or something, like the rest of us just suddenly start feeling we're having heart palpitations.
No. It's just a steady
Ooh.
beat right now.
So if one of us goes for a run, we're gonna pass out from lack of oxygen because our heart's not pumping enough blood.
You don't know?
Yeah.
But everyone has the
Nobody
same...
run.
Grin, you sense everyone has the same... Not the same heart or the same heartbeat, just the same rhythm.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Cool. I'm gonna probably come back to this later, so and unpack it once we're in the clear. But I'm gonna Grin's gonna keep the veil up until we're out of here. So
So it's just the rest of you upstairs in this landing, in Antygothel's abode.
So we were going to hunt for the spring coat or the silly coat. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes. Because we have.
And Mama manipulated the routes that Grin's asking, so it should be easier to get there.
It's good.
Right.
All right. Shall we head off? We got everything we need.
Yeah, all right.
I think so.
Are you joining us again, Leek?
Yep.
Very well.
I miss my friends. I miss you guys so much.
Yeah, we missed you too.
Really?
Yeah.
Goes to give you a hug.
Gives him a hug.
Feels warm.
Heart sense.
Okay.
Every time. Every
God,
time.
Garrett, come on.
So
Heart sense.
he's much older. He's
Uh-huh.
been aged up to like adulthood, which is a weird bit of magic to do to a child, and also just in general when you resurrect somebody, let's make them older. Also, that's mainly just because I felt weird playing as a child, with a bunch of adults, but there's still that childlike wonder of the world and exploration and friends and love of cooking. Charisma save +2. 14.
Let me double check that. I think that might pass. No, it fails.
Chaotic, good.
Aw.
But there's something
Yeah.
else there.
It's still, yeah. There, I think, Grin is still like
Actually, yeah.
cautious about it.
This would have to be
but,
2 rolls
yeah.
again. This would have to be 2 rolls as well.
All right.
23.
Oh, that succeeds.
So
So, yeah. That's
chaotic, good, but you got dingleberries.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
All right.
you all make your way downstairs then to prepare to leave.
Yep.
Okay. As you all move down the creaky stairs into the main living area of Antygothel's abode, you can see she's preparing breakfast this morning. It's an assortment of fruits collected from the now much more wild and otherworldly jungle that now encompasses her home. Fruits most of the party aren't familiar with, because her domain is very jungly. And as you all kind of come down the stairs, she smiles. Antyr, she's back to her more crone-like appearance. The back husband has returned. Arthur Wordweave is sat at the table, just still miserable looking at his experience here. Eating, he's examining everything he's eating. He says the last time we had these fruits, his persona, his fake accent dropped completely now. He's eating some of the fruits and going, the last time we ate one of these, they screamed. Antygothel just looks up at you all. Oh, I hope you all slept well. If you're heading for the Sealy Court today, follow the path of orange blossoms. Avoid the others, and should you not lose your way, you'll find Midsummer in a few weeks. you'll find Midsummer in a week's time. And Hopper, you know Midsummer is the domain of delight where the Seelie Court make their home.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It certainly is a domain of
there.
delight.
I know what happens there.
But she's making a breakfast of fruits. No meat, just fruits today. Terry's at the table, the little pink goblin who's just as excitable as ever in this new environment. Arthur looks a little more haggard and awful today. Her other husband, Rattle, the bisected Eladrin who's bald and blind, is at the table in his patchwork smoking jacket, smoking from a long wooden pipe and eating some of the fruit. Yes, I hope you all slept well. Don't be alarmed by the sudden marks on your skin. It's just a way to ensure the bargain stays intact. Then she looks towards the more Fey-inclined members of the party. You know how Fey You know how Fey bargains work. In a nutshell?
Yep.
Have some breakfast,
Indeed.
it'll help you along the way. And she just begins like shoving bowls of like weird colored fruit towards you all. There's like
Ooh.
there are gray fruits, funny enough, and there's all sorts of colored fruits. And I can't remember what colors Torger can see now, but we'll say there's like a couple of those fruits in here too.
You're muted.
I live it.
If it helps, I'm visually seeing less like easy to see things on the light spectrum.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's backwards. I was going to make it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So far it's violet indigo.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there's definitely fruits like that
On the
color
spectrum.
that you can see on the board. One is like a banana, but it's like indigo and covered in little like kiwi-like fur, like hairs. And just a bunch of bowls of fruit. Should you choose to imbibe?
What was the one that Arthur, word we've said, screamed?
Oh, he says, oh, he doesn't seem to recognize that fruit at the table today.
Oh, okay.
He's like, oh, yes, last time we ate fruits, one screamed, it's not here today, thank God. And he's like gingerly like picking up fruits and like peeling them and like kind of tilting his head away just in case there's a scream. And when he goes to peel one of the bananas, it's like very dry and crumbly on the inside and kind of just crumbles out like brown sugar. Just like, he's like, why can't it just be a banana?
Monsieur Woodbeef.
Yeah, hip hop hopper. What
I
hip-
rescind
oh,
my
no.
invitation.
I don't know your names.
You should have learned our names.
Yeah,
We were under your contract.
still are.
I think our current situation is on the verge of breaking said contract.
Perfect. He pulls it out and just rips it. Done.
Oh,
Well, we have
Well-
so many things to divulge with you. Well,
Like it matters. Like I'm ever getting out of here.
you will. We'll return for you.
in fact, before you were very.
You said that before and
rudely-
you left me here for like 2 weeks.
You want to come with us?
No. Actually, and Antigone was like, yes, you should go along. Gather experience and the knowledge you seek. It would be fun. And she smiles, a little bit like spittle, like drooling out of her mouth. He's like, yeah, okay, one sec. And he walks upstairs. Oh boy, let me pull out that guy's level 1 character sheet.
Oh yeah.
Level one.
yeah.
Or actually,
Level
no, just use a follower from one of the new books. Yeah, he'll just head
Okay.
upstairs and start gathering his things. I'll be a while.
You get 10 minutes.
I will do my best.
Sarah, you're invited too if you'd like.
Oh fuck! Does Terry talk? He's like this.
Yes,
he's like
he
he's a
does,
nearly
I think.
spherical pink goblin with no teeth.
God.
No,
Uh,
let Terry. This is your
Terry's
free.
having a good
Terry
Yes.
likes it at Antigothels.
Yeah, this is your place. Arthur, we'll get you back to
Sure.
the tower
Yeah, you know.
with the children
Thank
that you have
you.
now.
No.
It'll be your responsibility to find two
I don't like
homes.
children. Terry, voice. Oh yeah. All right, yeah, I can stay here and have a good time.
Mhm.
Whatever you prefer, Terry.
And Terry goes to grab like this big like elongated oval like apple that's like pink and is like weeping, like tears are like coming out of it. And he goes to bite it and it just like sobs. And Arthur's like, I am quicker than I anticipated. And he's got all of his belongings. Yeah, we'll say he's a first level expert. One of the helpers.
You must be ready before the grapefruit weeps.
It is.
Leek grabs a handful of some of the fruits and like shoves them in a bag. I still got all my cooking experience and knowledge. And...
I think we still have your cooking supplies, Grin,
Yeah.
don't you?
Mama was saying you guys' cooking experiences on the road didn't turn out so great.
What?
Grin's been trying very hard, carrying on your legacy of cooking. Maybe you can guide Grin into a...
Anyone with like passive insight above like a 10 means that the only way Mama Auntie Gotha would know that is if she was watching you guys the entire time.
Makes sense.
So
Yeah.
If he goes like this.
Every time we stop moving, she checks to make sure we're not dead.
Torger, you hear snoring at your side, and Hildesvini, the bag of holding, is just sleeping right now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
The
that.
stanky boarhead bag of holding, yeah. But Terry has his belongings. He's still dressed like a faux nobleman.
Cool.
A phobleman.
Grin's gonna take one of the fruits that's about like half the size of Grin,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah.
Is there like a banana shaped?
No, it's
long ways.
it's like a crescent shaped watermelon,
nice.
and when you bite into it,
Oh, those corners.
when you bite into it, it's very. Oh no, it's all smooth. There are no corners on it, even when you eat it. But when you bite into it, it's very tannic. So it's like you're drinking a very strong
Like
steeped
sex?
tea. No, not tantric. Tannic, like a very strong steeped tea or like a really strong wine. It's like it dries the mouth out instantly. Like your mouth is instantly just no moisture, and it tastes like a mixture between grapefruit and cottage cheese.
Oh.
And the flesh has a texture. The flesh would have a texture of cottage cheese as well.
Ugh.
And don't
Wow,
know.
this is
I love cottage cheese.
delicious.
Take
It's
more.
delicious.
Take more for the road.
Yeah, I'll take more for the road.
Grabs them.
Yeah, they're like this big. They're like little tiny like miniature watermelons. But for Grin, yeah, they're like. Good luck, everyone. Stay safe. Remember, follow the orange blossoms and not the others.
Orange blossoms, got it.
Follow the orange road.
And she
Follow
just
the
keeps
orange
she just
road.
keeps smiling. Arthur's like, let's go, 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 let's go.
Okay, we're leaving.
Arthur, I have never seen you so hurried in anything before this
You try
morning.
living here for weeks.
Grin's
Valid.
gonna pass him a hard tack.
He kind of like upturns his nose at it, like kind of like grimaces at it.
And then Grin's gonna go.
He puts it in his lapel pocket.
Okay.
As you all
Spatter screaming fruit.
kind of step outside, it's another morning in. Oh yeah, the world. Sam, you weren't here for it. The world has been pulled into the Feywild and scattered like a broken eggshell into the Feywild.
Oh, that sounds important.
Yeah, I forgot. That's key. So as you all step into
Totally
the
a-
Side note.
as you all step into the garden surrounding Auntie Gothel's home, the sky is still like that pastel splotch of colors, no longer the normal blue sky of your world. It's all like a pastel paint splotches everywhere. You can see colorful flowers beginning to bloom around the property. Orange, yellow, purple, and red. flowers bloom in all directions, each forming their own pathways beyond. Nearby, you can see a scarecrow that was made from the body of the Marquis, who is in the process of trimming some rose bushes with his arms stitched back on. He looks up at you all with stiff movements and just waves goodbye.
Does he start singing a song
Nope.
about not having a
Nope,
brain?
just waves. Also, if anybody wanted to attune to any of their new magic items last night, they could have, aka Vonkar, if you wanted to attune to your gauntlets. Auntie Gothel steps up from behind you all from her abode, looming over all of you. A little bit taller today, it looks like. Looks towards Leek and kind of just gently pats him on the head. "Keep them safe, my dearest sweet boy." And points towards the newly blossomed orange flowers. "Best of luck, my dearies. Do not stray." And she steps back into the home and closes the door.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go.
Orange, orange
Walk.
blossoms.
You can see yellow, purple, red, and then the orange blossoms all making their own pathways through this definitely otherworldly jungle. Now you take some time to look at it. It's not the same jungle that surrounded her home before. It is definitely different. More colorful, more strange. Plants are taller, bigger, different. Meaning the
I
map
think
you guys have of the world is kind of no longer of use right now.
As part of attuning to the Everthorn, I have repositioned, because it's a longsword and not a short sword, but that I'm accustomed to using. I've kind of elongated my sword sheath and used it as sort of a SAO back sheath. So I've got like a over the shoulder and under the shoulder kind of brace or buckle, and then one around my hip just to like keep it in place on my back, and then my shield sits over that.
Okay. Cool.
Why was SAO brought up? Why was it necessary to bring that into this
Because
house?
my other point of reference was a romance novel, Sam. That's what you wanted to know.
That's
Yes.
the
We can
only
go
two
now.
references you have for back sheets.
In popular media, yes.
That cannot be correct.
Do they have back sheets in Harry Potter? I don't think so.
I don't have okay, there's one sword in Harry Potter.
In a sheath, in a hat. Let's go.
Geralt,
Actually, I don't think it's ever in a sheath.
Geralt also has back sheath swords in The Witcher.
There's two.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go.
Damn,
oh, wait,
I
not
forgot
in the,
about
in the
the
show.
Witcher.
He only has one. In the show, he
But
only has
also, back sheaths weren't actually a thing because they're impractical. But
one.
anyways,
Can't actually extend it all the way.
who cares?
It would have to
Anyways,
be like weirdly angled.
Fine.
but yes, you
Yeah,
all
and, like,
step out.
wider.
You all step out into the property hopper. You have remade your
It's for stylistic purposes.
Your
I
sheath?
can, yeah. I can just summon it with a bonus action.
Yeah,
It's
there you
fine.
go. Yeah.
Don't worry about it, Lex.
Excuse me? What did you
Don't worry
say?
about it. I didn't say nothing. Don't worry about it. You'll find out.
Yeah. Lex.
Right. Follow me,
Alright.
everyone.
We see the orange
The orange-
flowers.
You see blossoms
Okay.
of multiple colors: red, blue, or red, purple, yellow, orange.
I'm gonna start leading us down the orange path.
We're not going that way.
Alrighty.
The other way. Sorry.
Wait, so orange blossoms that you says that there's orange? What do they
Oh, yeah.
smell
These.
like? What do they smell like?
Well, Antyr's gonna point to one and have
Uh-huh.
the mage hand or the magus reach to kind of like not pluck it, but just
Mhm.
kind of like lift it up.
Then
Take a
then
whiff.
I'm gonna smell and try and take it in so that I can memorize that smell and have that be my touchstone.
Buttered
Grin's gonna
buttered
smell-
popcorn.
Grin's gonna smell that one, but then also smell the other ones to make sure that they smell different.
Yeah. The yellow flower smells like dust. Like, if you're in like a dusty room, it smells like that. The purple flower smells like the most amazing scent you've ever smelled. It's like immediately, it's just like it captures your whole attention, like
Captures
imagination.
your whole.
It captures your whole.
This one makes your skin tingle.
Yeah, it's a very euphoric feeling when you smell that one. Like it's a little bit of a buzz, like a quick little buzz, and then it's gone. Like the feeling you get like when you've had a few drinks but you're not drunk and you feel happy and giddy. It's like that.
You get goosebumps and it makes your nips hard.
Yeah,
Nice.
you get goosebumps and it makes you
Good
excited.
reference.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the purple one.
Goosebumps and hard nipples. That's what D&D's all about for
The
me.
red one, the red one smells like death.
Interesting.
All right. Torger, the buttered popcorn smelling ones. That's the ones we want.
Arthur's like, but what if... And he pulls out his book, his little book that he's been keeping, and for the first time, he's going to start etching some of the flowers and their scents. And then, beside the other flowers, he's going to go, may traverse later. ... Okay. So, Grin, you start leading everyone down the orange path.
I think Hopper said they were doing that
Yeah.
too, so we'll just
Okay.
both be in the front.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The two smallest ones in the group.
Yeah. The two
This is
smallest
reminiscent.
ones
This
with
is reminiscent to
giant
Antyr.
swords.
Yeah, this is reminiscent to Antyr and Hopper's time together when they
Okay.
first met.
Yeah.
At least everybody can see over us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We ain't getting surprised from the front.
Yeah.
Well,
Well.
the path of orange blossoms continues to bloom and grow as you proceed forward, like nature itself is showing you the way forward, like just kind of blooming as you walk. Strangely, as you walk, you can see the orange flowers turning their heads to follow the direction you're moving. Like they're just like...
That's normal, guys.
Sure. I'll take your word for it.
My flowers.
He's just gonna wave.
Okay.
Be polite.
Person with the flowers.
Be polite to 'em.
Oh, I didn't speak with plants.
I don't mean they can't hear you.
Oh, they
You're not
can.
at them.
All of Mama's plants can hear us and see us and
Yeah.
talk to us. We're in her domain of delight right now.
Ooh.
And you'll just, yeah, you just keep walking down this road, and the path is revealing itself with these orange blossoms that continue to bloom, and the air smells like buttered popcorn when they bloom. So, occasionally, as you go along, the other color flowers bloom and try to get you back on their pathways.
You know what, guys? I'm feeling pretty good about what we've done so far.
Leading up to this.
Yeah, I think we've been making some pretty good decisions.
Wow, the decisions people are making on. I will say this: we're making better decisions than I feel the others have made. Because we're still here, and the others are gone.
You say
Who are the
that.
others?
The Kinna, Druk, the barbarian woman, the purple skin woman. What was her name? Dax.
Yeah.
Whoever was the person. Doe. Well, Doe may just be Lionel.
Yeah, poor Lionel.
I'm gonna guess the headmaster of that academy is just seems. If they couldn't tell that this was fake Kinna, then you know.
Honestly, the smartest one of them is the one who retired.
Which one was that?
It's a wizard, I think.
Oh yes, yes, the Fisher.
I never got his name.
They said the name. But, whatever.
Never remembered his name.
Poor Ven, doomed
Poor
to not be remembered.
Doomed to be murdered by their group and brought back just the
To be a fisherman.
Oh yes, and that's
Let him live
yes.
his fisherman life.
Also,
Peace.
whenever you guys feel like it, we can also contact Falcus today, since they got the sending stone.
Oh wait, Okay, interesting point. We are technically within the Feywild. The two have
So is the rest
converged.
of our world.
Yeah, so do you think it would work the same way that the, so sending the spell, we're walking talking, by the way, Justin.
Yeah, I assumed.
Okay. Uh, it works when you try to contact someone from within another plane, the connection can potentially not work. But with how the planes are now together, maybe we won't have that limitation.
Antyr, make a Arcana history check. Grin can
Sure.
make an
Can I
Arcana.
assist?
The three people with Fey, actually the people with Fey inclinations don't need to make a check, which is the three of you, Grin, Hopper, Antyr. Domains of Delight, which are what make up the Feywild, kind of like how the Shadowfell is made up of domains of dread. Each domain is considered its own technically plane, so there is a 5% chance that if someone is in another domain of delight, which is a high chance based on what happened, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive.
Oh, well, eliminate everything I just said. I think there's still a low chance for this still. There's a very low chance that it won't work, so. But
We
I
only
do
get
agree.
it's one use a day with the one person who has the other stone. I do not see what the harm is in attempting communications.
Just think about it. We don't have to say anything right now, but whenever we find a moment where
I could
we
also just
learn-
dismiss the stones and create a new set for ourselves.
Oh,
It's a new day,
no.
isn't it?
I
We
think
took a
it's
long
important.
rest.
Yeah, it's important to. I mean, Falcus is like kind of our anchor right now for what happened. Especially back there and how things looked when they transitioned. We were in the roots. We got pulled through all that junk, so we weren't there, and because any type of chaos could have happened. Who knows if creatures just mushed together, or if things, if we don't know what happened. If people can be half fey right now, we don't know. When people could have merged or something when the planes merged.
Is that possible?
No.
Can I make a check? I'm just gonna give Grin a look that says sure. Yeah, that's
I
totally
mean,
a
to your knowledge, it's
possibility.
not possible.
Yeah. Just that sarcastic, sure, Grin. Yeah, think what you want.
I don't know enough about this stuff. It just seems like it could happen.
It is possible. It is not impossible. And whatever is possible yet still remains is the truth. Once all other options are eliminated.
I mean,
Quite complex.
yeah.
It is an old-faced saying.
Yeah. So in other words, let's think about what we want to say to Focus, and then when someone has a pretty solid idea, we'll just send them a message.
There's not much to say. Maybe just are you safe? Maybe
Who
just
is with
simple as
you?
that. Yeah, who's with you?
Or else to be like, what happened? We're here. We're heading towards the Sealy Court.
Oh, that's a good point. Maybe we can ask. Indicate. Just see if they can find a means of getting to where are we going? Midsummer.
Yes. It's the domain of delight known as Midsummer.
And Hopper, you would also know, because you have the most knowledge of traversing between domains of delight. No one else would have done that ever. If the domain you're
I
trying,
might have crossed a border or two.
yeah, getting into other domains can be difficult if the archfey that controls that domain has closed their borders of that domain, which means sometimes the domains just can't be entered. The more you know. Domains of delight are fun.
Feywild.
The more you know.
I said this campaign was gonna get weird and whimsical, and it only took 30 sessions.
Yep. That's what happens when you have 3 fake characters in the party.
feel like I also remember something about like no large world-ending threats this time.
Yeah, Justin, what happened to that?
Never said this was a world-ending threat.
Yeah.
It's
It's just a
he said
magic
no
ending.
world-ending threat, but magic ending and
Wor-
wait a
just
minute, the
world
moon
as
is
we
getting
know it
pulled. You
ending.
said Majora's Mask.
Like I said, I did say no world-ending threats this time around.
It's a world re-merging. The moon and
Oh
the
yeah,
world.
that's right. You guys, the Andy Goth will explain that when the moon is pulled into Del Nasser, the world is destroyed, but then
The
restored.
world as we know it will end.
But a new one, the timeline that everyone was supposed to go down, is restored.
Yeah, so just so you know, Vonkar, we are on a fake timeline, and there is a real timeline.
Basically, I'm rewriting all of 16-year-old Justin's world lore.
It's a retcon. Okay. I
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
So we're currently in 16-year-old Justin's world
Yeah.
lore.
And
It's canon.
we need to
This
get
is-
we need to get to
see.
we need to
I
get
see.
to non-problematic dumb teenager world, and we need to get out of that.
I see. Okay. So
We need to get into adult Justin world.
I see.
Strip clubs and bars. But yeah, coming and going. Yeah, you would know that you can access other domains of delight via plane shift if you have access to it. There are fake crossings that you can use, but the fake crossings are between material plane and to the Feywild. But now those are both kind of, well, not mixed together because the material plane is still its own thing.
Yeah.
But you can use fake crossings to get to other domains of delight. But fake crossings generally have conditions. It must, like, for example, this fake crossing is only open under a full moon, once a year. Blah blah blah. There's a bunch
At
of
the
weird.
solstice.
There's a bunch of weird like
Okay.
conditions that need to be met to cross into other domains. Sometimes it just happens. And
Sometimes
there's
you
also
get lucky.
magical shortcuts that can happen.
Do I know of any of those?
They're all weird, and there's far too
depends
many.
on the-
Oh yeah.
It depends
go
on
with
the
the
domain,
flow.
right?
Gotta go with the flow, Hopper.
Would I know what the special conditions for getting into the domain?
They change
court
it.
is?
They change it once a week to keep it protected.
Fucking two-factor authentication.
Essentially. Yeah. And
Damn you, Titania.
you've been away for a long time, so they haven't really told you what the new one is.
Yeah.
So you're just following.
I haven't been able to connect to the email server
That's
in
right.
a while.
Or the Sealy Slack. You're all kind
Yeah.
of moving down this orange blossom trail, and as you are, the other blossom trails start to sprout up again, kind of interweaving between the orange blossom trail, like it's definitely trying to lure. So the butter popcorn smells are up, but now are all the other smells of the other flowers.
Yeah.
And Torger, it's a
Question,
Torger,
do we still
Torger,
have
you,
the? Do we still have the funky? Yes, we do.
Torger,
Just want to make sure
we
it's
do.
still there.
Torger,
Okay.
you can see indigo, so you can probably just see a little bit of the purple flowers, like a little tinge on it,
A kiss.
for reference. But yeah, more flowers are blooming in other paths, winding paths. The smells are now just all combining: buttered popcorn, death, euphoric, like the best smell you've ever smelled, dust.
Is this the Yankee Candle Forest?
Essentially, yeah.
Oh, it's like a Bath and Body Works.
It's like you're in a Bath and Body Works or like a Yankee
Oh
Candle.
God, Antyr has a headache.
There's like
I would.
I went to like a craft store, and there was like a candle that was like vanilla chai tea, and it smelled awful. And I love chai tea. But yeah, you got all these like different blooming paths now, and the forest. The more you go on, the forest. The sky goes from like bright ambient colors to more dull, darker, muted tones, as what seems night is beginning to fall. There's a lot of travel with not much happening because the path is laid out for you. The mint green light of the ley lines wrapping around the moon also cause this otherworldly green glow to come from the moon for the very first time ever. The jungle has remained most of the same in terms of appearance, but it feels far larger and more oppressive than it ever has. And about 60 feet ahead, to the northwest, you can hear what sounds like a running waterfall and ethereal, beautiful singing, and the path of orange blossoms, however, does not lead in that direction.
Stay on the path. Do not stray from it. Torger.
At this point, you all have traveled for 8 hours. So we have now entered into forced march if you keep going.
The carnivals here are not as pleasant.
Give me. Antyr's gonna
So,
summon
please-
Endylus.
Cool. Roll a d20. Oh wait, no, you're not casting it. You cast a spell.
No.
That's right. You're not casting a spell.
Yeah, no, it's just summoning them.
Oh yeah. Also, yeah, every spell cast now is affected by possible wild magic surges
Wild
when you're in
magic,
this
yeah.
weird, flaring upheaval of magic that the Faust and the Fury has caused, and that is now coming to head.
Antyr's gonna summon Endylus, so it's the winged cat.
The cat. Okay.
And Antyr's going to. Oh gosh, there's not many tall people in this group right now.
No.
Antyr's
Leek
hand's
is
gonna kind
Leek is 6'4" now as an adult.
Oh, big boy.
Yeah, that's not really where Antyr's hand would not fall this way. So Antyr's hand would subconsciously drift down and take a soft grip on Torger's shoulder, and their eyes go completely blank, and they're going to be flying through Endylus to check through
Okay.
where that singing is coming from.
Sure. Through Endylus, you see a large waterfall falling into a small lagoon surrounded by large, flowering, purple fern-like plants with massive red pineapple-like fruits growing out of them. Dancing about the plants are 3 nude, olive-colored, elf-like creatures in terms of appearance, but their eyes are on the palms of their hands, and they are hairless and have no discernible facial features or mouths, and they're just dancing around these pineapple-like fruits and singing with no discernible mouth. But you can see the eyes on their hands, and they're just doing this when they dance around.
I can never not when
Like the
eyes are on
thing
the
from
palms,
from Pan's Labyrinth.
yeah, that's all I can ever think about whenever I think about that.
And then there's just these 3 elf-like creatures, but they're olive-colored skin, nude, like they have features, but yeah, they're just dancing like this and singing with no discernible way to
how
sing said
so
song.
how estimated how far away would they be from the group?
60 feet northwest into the jungle.
Into the jungle. All right. Antyr's going to, as they're calling back Endylus, they're going to point their finger and cast message in that direction.
Okay.
So aiming to kind of using that mental math to line up where Endylus was looking and pointing in that direction, to where one of them would have been casting message. We seek reprieve. We've been walking for hours. Is it safe?
It is safe. Come dance with us.
All right. Turn to the group. Let's keep walking.
Come
Are
dance
you
with
sure,
us.
Antyr?
Please come dance with us. We mean you no
Stop.
harm.
Do we all hear that or just
No, just
Antyr?
Antyr.
Mm-hmm.
Please
You've
come
been
dance
walking
with
for
us.
hours. We need to rest.
They have fruit, large fruit. It's 3 dancing creatures. Honestly, I think we could take them if they decide to go violent.
We don't plan on going violent. Come dance with
Oh,
us.
they can. Okay, they can hear what I'm saying right now. So
We'll only be violent if your friends have intentions. Come dance with us. Rest your weary feet.
Antyr, which direction are they in?
you would have saw Antyr point too.
I'm going to point where Antyr point and also cast message to them.
Okay.
What court do you associate with?
We are neither here nor there. We dance everywhere. Come dance with us. Rest your weary feet.
Antyr, I agree, we should keep walking.
Please.
Who's here?
And the connection hopper is still there. Please come dance with us, rest your weary feet. We have food aplenty. Our lagoon is safe. Come dance with us.
Have I heard any stories about dancing creatures near a lagoon?
History check.
Natural 20.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Nice.
24 total.
There are fey creatures that tend to dance in places of great beauty, and they're called Seolta. In the
Okay.
Sylvan tongue, it means sentry, watcher, that kind of thing. They only attack people if they detect hostile intentions, and they can, when they look at people like this, they can see people's true intentions immediately on the surface. No matter how far that person tries to push away the true intention, they can always sense a creature's true intentions to them. So there's like no way to lie or deceive them. They always know what you want to, how you feel about them, what you plan on doing to them, that kind of thing.
We need to
And
upgrade
it's-
Grin. We need to upgrade Grin.
Otherwise,
Give Grin some
uh,
palm eyes.
if you're not hostile, they just continue to dance. And they have a habit of asking people to dance with them. And there are stories of people dancing with them and having no concept of time passing. Like, time passes and like a long time passes before people realize how much time has passed in the dance. It's not all the time. Some people are good at resisting the nature of the magic and dance with them out of friendliness, but there's a lot of stories of people losing like 12 hours dancing with these things.
I'm gonna message back to them.
But they're generally friendly
Mhm.
unless they can detect possible people who are prone to violence. If they detect someone who's prone to violence and attacking things, they're like, they attack first.
I'm gonna message back to them. We thank you for your invitation. However, we have very urgent business to attend to, and we'll need our rest for the night before we continue on our journey.
No response.
I bid you farewell.
No response.
Let's just walk for another hour and then we'll find rest.
Do we still hear the singing?
No.
Oh. They're bad at us.
They respected my polite decline.
I mean, it says they only attack if they detect hostile intentions. That could be determined as rudeness as well.
Yep.
I tried to be as polite as possible.
Damn it. Anyways, all right.
All right, we'll see.
As you push on for another hour, I need everyone to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh, bless.
Oh, Antyr, never mind.
Well, that was a waste, but
22.
24.
22.
it's 22.
Got 22. That was the first-
14.
That was the first time I ever tried to do that accent and it worked.
TP.
Sick. Alright, con save for the
22.
league.
Hey, you.
22.
Hey, you!
Oh man.
22.
League got an 18.
Gonna go back.
Did anybody get below a 10?
I don't think so. How'd also do?
What's up?
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
that's
thank
hard
you.
to-
I keep forgetting that guy's here. He's like, dancing does sound nice. I haven't danced in a very long time.
Arthur, no.
Okay. Does the expert have a character sheet? Probably does somewhere. He's level 1, so he has no proficiency bonus, so... Constitution? Oh, that guy's got a 10.
Nice.
Natural 20.
Average.
So, just a
Yay.
nat 20. He's like,
Sweet.
yeah, you guys keep walking for about another hour, so that'll put... It's definitely nighttime now. The sounds of this jungle
Not
during...
fruit.
The sounds of this jungle during the daytime aren't as... The jungle is weirdly quiet during the daytime. This Fey, Anti-Gothel's domain of delight is weirdly quiet during the day. When it was in the material plane, it was much louder. Here, it's eerily quiet during the day, but at nighttime, it's like constant noise of weird birds and animals and crickets. Just constant, unending noise. And then the occasional scream, like a humanoid sounding just scream of terror occasionally echoes somewhere from the jungle. I should have.
The sounds of the forest will rock a baby to sleep.
Arthur's just like wide-eyed, like, why did I come?
Cave, I heard that, but I couldn't hear.
What was that,
He did
Caleb?
like the sound of a loon.
Yeah,
Oh.
our national bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just occasionally hear some guy, like, it sounds like a guy, just like a person yelling like they're being murdered somewhere in the jungle.
Like those goats.
Music,
Yeah, like the goats. It sound, but like more
music
like
to my ears.
more like. No, this would be awful for you. The Sealy domains are much, well, they're
Nicer.
not by much,
It's not much work.
but it's just a lot of screaming
They're
and
much better.
weird noises that
The,
you're not
the Sealy
accustomed.
court, the Sealy court's about more like a smiling assassin as opposed to a like. One.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
essentially.
Quick question.
Yeah.
The gauntlets that Vonkar have, those were on the mayor, right?
The marquee.
Yeah,
Marquee.
Vonkar has them now. Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to walk for another? Are we good? Is everybody good?
I believe we are in a better place to rest.
Yeah, hey, flowers. We don't want to squish any of you. Can any of you, like, bend a little so we don't, like...
Oh, as you look for the orange flowers at nighttime, they are no longer present. Like all the blooms have like closed
Yeah,
up.
once we would have seen that, I
Okay.
think the group would have stopped.
Yeah, because
and
like one
then-
by one, you've seen the flower. When nighttime hit, the colorful flowers they all kind of go dark and the petals kind of close in.
Right,
So it's hard to
uh,
tell what path you're currently walking on. So whoever is leading, survival check.
Okay. I think that was
I'm
both
proficient in-
Hopper and me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proficient. I have a +3 to survival.
Yeah. Would you accept me doing a help with
Yeah.
Hopper?
Night Hopper
Yeah.
advantage. Roll well.
With advantage. Roll. Okay. Okay. 19.
19. Okay.
Good job.
You hope you're on the right
Uh,
path.
Let's settle here.
There's really no like, as I said, the forest at night it got more ominous and dense and larger and more like tight together. Like the forest seems to be like at nighttime encroaching onto the path. You're also not walking on like a dirt trail. You're just following a path of blooming flowers through the jungle. You're not following like a used road or anything. And the jungle has kind of gotten bigger and denser and like more encroaching at night. If you're looking for somewhere to spend the night that isn't just if you wanna
The
look for-
ground.
if you want to look for somewhere a little more comforting, that's another survival check. If anyone would
We
like to
can
make
do
that.
another.
Yeah, you can do that if you want to do another
Grin,
one.
would you like to help again?
Yes.
Yeah, we need to find some place to sleep.
18.
18. There is a large kind of tree that kind of not blooms, but like grows outward, and the roots are very well exposed out of the earth, and kind of there's like a small little den, like a covered shelter where all the roots kind of cover from the elements. Like you can like basically everyone can like sit comfortably under the roots of this tree and just sit in the dirt.
Like
Protect-
a mangrove and a swamp.
Yeah.
but
Just this
there's
weird.
no water there.
No.
It's like a yeah.
Like the trees just the roots are like winding and twisting up out of the dirt.
Cool.
And it's like a 50-foot wide tree, about 150 feet tall. It's like a redwood, but not.
That's a good find, Hopper.
You could say I know my way around the Feywild.
Oh, gee.
And I lean on the tree.
It's
The casual
it's really slick.
I,
So you lean, you slip, yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Arthur immediately like crawls under. This little halfling man just crawls under the tree. Okay. Shelter. Pulls off his backpack and he pulls out this very frilly purple like sleeping bag that has like padding like a mattress, and he's like folding out little legs underneath that are wooden, so he can basically he's making like a little futon for
Cot.
himself.
Nice.
Like, yeah, a little cot for himself, and he crawls into it.
Aw.
Well, he doesn't go to sleep yet. He just sets it up for himself. I'm not sleeping on the ground.
All right.
Yeah, no,
He begins like brushing his hair and like putting like cream on his face.
Did you ever get this ability to do this at Antigothel? Did you keep this up?
No. She wouldn't let. Strangely, I didn't have access to my belongings.
Good thing now you do. Hoppa, would you mind if I check the sword?
You mean this sword?
Yeah, the one that you're struggling to pull out your back.
As soon as you pull it out, it sounds just like incredibly sharp. Just shh.
Here, it's like the.
Antyr's gonna begin the ritual casting. Well, it's not really a ritual. The casting of Chronal Recall on the.
Oh shit. Well, I think first you're gonna have to give me a d20.
Oh yeah.
Fireball.
Hey everybody, gather round.
Arthur dies.
9.
9. Roll a d100.
Here we go.
Ooh, wee, ooh,
You just
85.
85.
Hey, is everybody else cold?
So as you're casting Chronal Recall on the sword, 3 more Antyrs appear.
That's new.
Are they like?
And you cast mirror.
Dependent?
You cast mirror image.
Oh, okay. How
Um,
fun.
so they're only there for a minute, but 3 more appear. Just, but don't do anything.
Just have them staring.
They're like T-posing.
Oh,
Yeah.
after a minute, they disappear. And then
Yeah.
9 more minutes of the casting.
So they disappear for a minute, silent, just standing there.
Oh, that's weird.
And
Did
then
you mean to do that, Antyr?
Hello.
What?
they do not respond to you. They just stare.
Yeah, Antyr's focused. Because it's not
Alright.
like a ritual casting. Because it's
Oh, yeah.
it's a
And then
10-minute cast.
one by one, they blink out. Strangely, with a scream. No, they don't. There are rules for like how spells change in the Feywild too, and I'm really excited to get into that stuff.
Fun.
Terrifying.
The spell allows you to delve into the past. I homebrew this one. I gotta remember what it does. This spell allows you to delve into the past and uncover the events that have transpired concerning the object you're touching. By focusing arcane energy and tapping into the fabric of time, you gain glimpses and insights into the object's history over the last month. When you cast this spell, you touch an object and concentrate on it for the duration. As you focus, your vision blurs as your eyes glaze over, and your mind becomes attuned to the temporal echoes hidden within the object. Okay. For the last month, are you casting it? Oh, you only have 4th level spell. Okay, yeah. Okay. Last month. You get it's a really boring vision of it lying at the bottom of the reef before it's
Nice.
excavated with those excavation ships. One of the humanoids that's working in one of like the Marquis Navy just hands him the sword and says something along the lines of like, "This is what Aelenor's looking for." Blah blah blah. And then it speeds up a little bit to the Marquis and Aelenor discussing the plan for bait. And you see a kind of just like comatose, vacant Guardian Pashan just kind of standing there, and Aelenor's walking around them and casting magic and changing their appearance and the way they appear to divination magic. Like they're casting a spell that like you've heard of. You don't know the name of it, but you know you can recognize that they're taking certain things and like fucking with spells that would cut through and be able to detect illusions, well, detect like creature types, alignments, stuff like that. They're misleading anyone who would try to
Uncover the
get a
falsehood.
glimpse of who this actually is.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the event at the manor where Hopper picks it up and just thrusts it.
Is there question? Sorry. Does it give any glimpse of Lionel? What happened with Lionel? Like,
Good
I know
question.
Lionel
Yeah.
started to
You
have
s-
explosions and such.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. You see Lionel unconscious, captured,
Mhm.
and you see him taken away, but not much beyond that.
Okay.
Taken away by Umbral Knights, not much beyond
Yeah.
that. And then the sword is plunged into the chest of Aelinor, who turns into Guardian Pashan. And then, so yeah, there's just a lot of the sword hanging out at the bottom of the reef, and then those kind of quick little glimpses that you get. A lot of them aren't perfectly clear and may require interpretation as per the text of the spell. And if anyone disrupted you while you were casting the spell, it gets cut off. But yeah, that's the glimpses you get of it. And yeah, if you cast at a higher level, you get an additional month of time.
Cool.
But you get a sense this thing was at the bottom of that reef for a very long time.
Yeah. I just was curious about that. Provides some insight. That would have been great insight to have.
Yeah, you saw them like
Prior.
making bait and planning like they're gonna come here for the Marquis or for whatever,
Yep.
for Aelinor too, and they want the sword. They want to kill Aelinor with it. Let's make
Mm-hmm.
this a little easier.
Do
for
our dirty work. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Not much more new information. But they knew we were coming. They planned the whole thing. Very thought out.
You get a sense Aelinor was also using the Marquis as bait. The way he was like interacting with him and talking to him through that interpretation, you get a sense Aelinor didn't give a shit about
Mm-hmm.
the Marquis and was planning on
Makes
using him
sense.
to bait to draw you all out, and then
Okay. I just was curious if it would delve any other information, but this provides some insight. Aelinor's good at what they do. Let's just say that.
fuck
They
yeah.
would not still be alive if they were not.
Managed to take down how many Archfey that we know of? 3? 4? 3?
Well, you only know 2, but he had 3 Lumen Spires at one point, Baba Yagas, but you guys got it. And then he had.
Well, we knew
Oberons
that
and-
he fucked with the Great Maw.
Yeah, but didn't get a Lumen Spire out of that one. But the Archmaw he turned the Archmaw into a statue.
Yeah, so that's pretty powerful shit right there. All right, I'll go ahead and take the last 2 watches. So I'm gonna start trancing.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna take the sword back from Antyr as they go to trance, and then keep watch outside the hole in the tree.
Okay.
And then also doing warm up to get used to the weight of the sword.
Sure.
And I'm going to bed.
All right, everybody.
Also,
Good night, Vonkar.
additional note, because no one really brought it up. When remember Baba Yaga had Cornelius hidden away somewhere safe when she was in the Lumen Spire. Cornelius did not pop out when she was freed.
Oh.
The baby, no.
Where's my mule?
Where is he?
Who's now a
we just
displacer
thought
beast.
about it.
Where's my
Yeah,
displacer beast?
Do we
He's
still
been displaced.
do we still have the Lumen Spire?
It's shattered and broken, but nobody said they picked it up, so it's probably still at Antigothal's.
Oh.
Yeah, no one said they picked it up, so it's still at Antigothal's.
Just
I'll take
useless
first
shit
watch
anyway.
And yeah, effectively useless when it's broken. Anybody doing anything before the night? Hopper, so who said they're keeping watch?
Yeah.
I'll keep first watch.
Okay, and Grin, what are you doing?
Yeah. If anyone wants to join me, you're welcome to.
Grin goes up to Antyr
Mm-hmm.
and does like the whole like this thing.
Yes, Grin. I only have 4 more castings of this. Well, 3 after this one. What can I help you with?
I think Grin means message, not sending.
Yep. Yeah, it's
Oh
message.
right, yeah, you do have.
But I have the earring. I don't have the actual.
Right.
So, forgive me, but I did a little touch thing on you. And as my papa used to say, you got a dingleberry on your soul.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Well,
just,
I guess you can
did
say
you
I
know
have.
that already?
I guess you can say I have. Jeez, 3 now.
Just stacking them dingleberries.
Stacking them up. Alright. You good?
Yeah, it's all right. You know, it's
Also, that
saving the world.
that cut on your finger from earlier in the day, it hasn't exactly healed. Most cuts usually heal after a few hours. This one is still kind of open. It's not bleeding because it's just still coagulated, but like the cut is still kind of like it's still fresh.
Can you do something about this?
I don't know, let's see.
And Grin's gonna lay on hands and put a point of healing into it to see if he can heal that.
Okay. Let me peruse through the too many rules this game has. Touch hands. That's a reference from something. Nothing.
Doesn't happen. No healing.
Still cut.
It's all right. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, I should be fine.
However,
Are you worried?
your lay on hands doesn't heal it, but as you touch the finger with your, however you do it,
Mhm.
you feel a similar wound open up on your exact finger that would mirror it, and then the wound closes.
Oh.
And
It
then
did work.
and then your finger also, it doesn't damage you or anything, but just like a little superficial like slice in your fingertip.
And I'll put in a point onto myself.
No, you don't take any damage.
No, I know, but I mean like to see if I can heal it.
Oh, yeah, heals.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I think, if you get hurt in battle,
Mm-hmm.
just call me over and I'll come try and help out. Alright?
All right. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Thank you, Grin. They're gonna go back to eyes closed, meditation.
Okay.
Grin's gonna fly over to Vonkar and then just kind of find a warm spot.
Aw.
Nuzzle up,
He's
nuzzle
got
up.
plenty.
And Hopper, you said Torger, you doing anything before going to sleepy times? Okay.
You were muted.
Is Torger doing anything before sleepy times or no?
Oh, I'm sorry. No.
Okay.
Sorry. No, I've got nothing to do. I'm sorry.
No worries.
I missed it, and then I was like, wait.
It's all
What did I
good.
do?
All right, cool.
No, nothing to do. Nothing. Nothing. right
Perfect.
now.
Alrighty. Hopper, you said you were keeping
I'm
watch.
taking first watch, yeah, while
Okay.
doing exercises.
Okay. The jungle is just very loud at night. You hear more screaming occasionally. You hear the odd pitter patter near the campsite of like hooves and other weird like appendages. But nothing like coming into the campsite, just near. It tends to happen when you camp in nature. Give me a perception check.
Ooh, 10.
10. Just the noise of the jungle.
The centaurs can be such dickheads. Ugh. Keep an eye out.
And he spends most of his watch, probably gets more into, like, the repetition of going through forms.
Like fighting forms?
And, yeah, like fighting forms, than, like, actually paying attention to what's happening around him.
Okay.
Like, he hears it, but he doesn't quite register everything.
Sure.
And then,
Do you wake anybody else for
Hours.
watch, or just let everybody
Uh,
kind of sleep?
no, I'll set up the slumber pod near the door.
And speak the word to use it?
Yeah. And then just hop in and close it up.
Alright, so yeah, there's just like a floating little pea pod that you're in.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody wakes up, come the weird pastel colored morning sky, having gained the benefits of a long rest. Arthur's got like a little Scrooge style sleeping outfit on.
Of course.
Yeah, you all wake up on a new day in the Feywild.
Long shirt, no bottoms.
Long shirt, no bottoms, the little pointed cap with a little puffball on it. Yeah, you all wake on another day in the Feywild. I would like somebody to roll me a d20, please.
I got you.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have so many tabs open.
16.
Nice.
Yeah, as you guys wake up, the orange blossoms have bloomed. You definitely were on the right path the whole time. So good luck on good job
Nice.
on your survival check.
Beautiful.
You'll be making those survival checks every time night falls while you're traveling, just so you know.
Cool.
So there is a chance you go astray. And Sam, you said you roll a what? Sorry.
16.
Cool.
First level spells.
Yeah, new day. Everyone benefits of a long rest. It's a wonderful day.
It's a beautiful day. Sometimes we're that way. My bike is on. Anyway.
Grin and Hopper leading again?
Grin starts a song.
It's a beautiful day. Walking in the orange blossoms. Smelling butter popcorn.
and a bunch of other nasty things like death and
With the singing, Arthur puts on his nighttime sleepy time earmuffs.
not gonna be able to hear shit.
Are those brand name nighttime sleepy time earmuffs?
They're
Brand name?
they're pink, and it says like etched in it on like gold filigree is AW.
You would have personalized earmuffs.
Hey, sucks.
I was gonna cast a spell, but I am not gonna do that.
Love when the
Just
DM just
kidding.
openly is just like, this guy sucks.
He's
Yeah.
Gilderoy Lockhart, so yeah.
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 I love him.
But he's got a lot of money, so
I
Yeah.
love him.
That's
so
what makes
much.
it all.
worth it. He's
Yeah.
got a lot of money.
Is money worth anything anymore? Like, is that
That's
still
true.
a
That's
thing?
valid.
Like-
I don't know.
Oh, not
When
in
we
the
get-
not in the Feywild. Money's worthless.
But isn't everything
Here,
in the Feywild?
Money's very
Yeah, when
worthless
we-
in the Feywild.
When we get to the right city, we might get lucky with some merchants.
This will be like
Aren't,
crazy
all cities in
trinkets.
Oh, no.
Feywild now?
Money is useless in the Feywild. But also the whole
Right,
world's
but-
here. But we'll find out what happens, I guess.
That's what I was saying. I'm like,
Yeah.
there
are people here.
There's kind of an apocalypse happening right now.
Yeah.
So you all continue to follow the orange blossoms.
Mhm.
Cool. The path behind you, you notice the orange blossoms disappear behind you. Like they do not. There is no path back. Like there is a path back. Like there's ways back, but you don't see the path you came. Grin asks for Antyr to change things along the way, and it looks like she bent reality and warped things a little bit. You're kind of
Okay.
moving through that, and as you move, everything
Gotcha.
kind of resets behind you to how it should be, and it's kind of just like, yeah,
Okay.
there's the way back is not going to be the way back.
Mm-hmm. We've entered the labyrinth.
Dance, magic, dance, magic, dance.
So like once you guys start walking for a little bit, that tree
be
that
the
that
man.
that tree you
What?
spent the night under,
Man with the
nowhere in
power.
sight. You walk maybe like 20, 30 yards, and that tree is gone.
Voodoo. Oh.
No one get left behind. You'll just get.
Yeah.
Poofed away.
People get lost. It's bad.
Yeah. Never get lost.
Mm.
Alright. Sorry. Grin was gonna do like a little bit of scouting by flying up
Mhm.
and seeing like what we might come across for the day. Like just kind of like seeing the path and then
The same jungle. There are no roads or discernible paths. It's just jungle canopy, as far as
Oh,
the eye
okay.
can see, and then
and I don't want to fly above that, so I pretty much lose sight of the path at the first turn.
yeah,
Cool.
survival check as soon as you lose sight of the path.
I'm just going straight up.
I know you
so,
you
like,
just
I can
said
look down.
I know, and you said you lost sight of the path, so I need a survival check. But also, you flying up and off the path a little bit.
Yeah,
will
maybe I
constitute a
didn't
survival
describe what
check.
I was. Maybe I wasn't.
No, you.
I'll still do it, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I described what I was doing.
I know what you're doing.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Still need a survival check.
All right. Four.
Okay.
Ooh.
But yeah, so I flew up to see further into the distance.
Yeah.
I see the orange blossoms
Yeah.
like turn around a bend, and then I head back down.
Okay. Yeah, you head back down, and they're about the party are about a couple 100 feet ahead, still walking.
Wow, guys!
For context, none of you
Yeah.
hear this.
Come on, slow down!
They all stop. And they start walking
Yes.
much slower.
Well, alright. You guys move fast.
Then they start to move faster.
Stop! Jeez, you guys are
And am I still seeing the orange blossoms?
Roll me a d4.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
One.
Oh no.
You're with the party, but they're always constantly just a little bit ahead. You don't see the orange blossoms. You see yellow ones. And the path feels claustrophobic, which is the best way to describe it. You're in a wide open area of the jungle, but it feels dense. Horrible feeling in your stomach. Like a knot is forming. And these figures just keep moving a little quicker. As soon as you catch up, they're a little quicker. Like they're not letting you catch up. And this knot is forming in your stomach. Horrific cramps begin to take hold.
Guys, you're doing the wrong flowers.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. 5. Roll me a d12.
Boop 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 doop doop doo. D12. Chappelle. 6.
How tall is Grin?
He is about 1.5 feet, but let me check because I think I wrote it down, but I'm not. Size tiny. Oh, I didn't write it down, but I think he's about a foot high.
Okay, so 12 inches. The world gets a little bigger, is all I'm gonna say. And eventually you come, the people you're following disappear and the path comes back to the orange flowers, and you can see the party waiting for you to come back down from your scouting.
Oh, there you guys are.
Grin has shrunk 6 inches.
Grin, where were you? Were gone for how long was he gone? Or
Not long
for
enough.
our
The same,
perception?
a couple of seconds.
Okay.
Ah,
There you are, Grin.
why'd you keep running?
Yeah, Grin, they look a little bit bigger.
We didn't.
And yeah,
we-
Grin is
we did not
now
move.
Grin is 6 inches tall.
Ugh, I've been chasing you guys for a half hour.
We did not move. We were waiting for you for a few seconds.
Why are you guys so damn big?
Why are you so
so damn
small?
small?
Like more so than usual.
Wait, hold on. Everything's bigger.
Yeah, you're 6 inches tall now.
Did the sword also shrink too,
Yeah.
or is it the same
Anything,
size?
any magic things you have on you, they would accommodate to the size.
Okay.
At least this way you'll be harder to hit. Possibly.
Well, maybe. The forest is a little high
So
now.
now you're like this big, roughly.
Yeah, like
And you
the
start-
size of a.
Gonna need to start getting
So
helium
great.
before every stream now.
Oh, that's gonna get expensive.
No.
I don't know, maybe this will go away. Yeah, I don't know. I was in yellow flowers for some reason. So
went
watch
off the
out
path?
for those. I didn't go off. Shit, I just flew straight up, and then I flew straight down.
And then somehow you were on the yellow path. I do not see how that lines up if you went straight up and then straight down.
Well, it's probably a Feywild jerk.
Or maybe you just got turned around.
I don't get turned around when I'm flying. That's my natural habitat.
Okay,
Very
maybe
well.
just stay with a group from now on then. No
Yeah,
wandering. off.
yes. Jeez. You know, I did see another group that looked exactly like you guys in the yellow flowers. So, maybe we should keep a lookout for them.
Yes.
All right.
Maybe they're nice.
It would be a very rare occurrence. But now that you have reunited with us, we should keep going.
Yes. Let's keep going.
Okay. After about an hour or so, the path comes to like a fork. Both paths, orange blossoms.
Could I cast detect magic?
Yeah, it pings everywhere.
And who's gonna go smell?
Also, roll a d20 as you do that.
Oh,
Oh,
can I? What if I did it as a ritual?
Roll a d20.
I did chrono. Oh no, I didn't. That was an ritual.
14.
Okay, cool. Yeah, nothing happens, but you ping magic every single spot around you.
Interesting.
Oh,
do
do those two
smell.
smell the same?
Yeah, I'm gonna try smelling.
Perception check based on smell, which is
Smell
just a perception check. Unless Torger has no sense of smell, which would be really funny.
Georgia has very reduced senses in general.
Just massive.
Everything smells like everything tastes like pennies.
My body's just one big callus.
Oh. Yeah, perception check.
Even the inside of his nostrils have
That's why-
calluses.
Oh.
That's why he's got to
Oh.
feel pain to feel anything.
23.
Nice.
Nice.
Both paths smell like buttered popcorn, but the right path smells a little burnt. Like burnt popcorn.
Yeah, let's go to the other path. The right one smells burnt.
If I
Alright.
Does it look like they're just slightly different shades of orange? If I take a closer
Make a
look.
perception check.
Hmm.
Aww.
19.
Hey.
19. There are barely noticeable differentiating features. The DC was very high to differentiate.
Oh.
Some of the flowers are a little tilted in places, but the path you want to follow, each flower kind of grows perfectly. The other path, there are slight little bends in the petals and stuff that you wouldn't be able to see without like close inspection and discerning.
Okay.
So if you went the other way, you wouldn't have been on the path anymore.
Ooh. Tricky, tricky, tricky DM.
That's cool.
It was good. So to the left. Everything we own in a box to the left.
Why, Arthur is just like, why is this place so awful?
That's not so
It's better-
bad.
Is it or is it not better than Antigossos?
I don't know.
Was still technically
You're still
In her
technically,
place,
still
yeah.
technically there.
Technically still in her domain, yeah.
There's still plenty of time to figure out for yourself.
I promise you, Midsommar is much better.
I
I
wouldn't
noticed you
say
said that. I noticed you said midsummer, not midsummer. That sounded like a different word.
No, it's just my accent. Do not worry about it. They are the same thing.
And you were
All
told,
right,
you were
you say
told it
so.
takes about a week to get there, and you're on your second day.
We're already running into things like this.
League will say, yeah, and we might run into other domains along the way. We might have to pop through a couple to get where we're going.
It will be
Great.
lucky if we can get through on the first try. So
Yep.
maybe delays.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
So you follow
We'll
the
get to
left.
it when we
You
get
follow
to
the
it.
left path. Damn, I want someone to fail that check. So you keep
That
going.
was fun though.
Thanks to Torger's sense of smell. Always follow your nose.
Always follow your nose.
Good job, Torger.
Rings of power. Anyways, yeah, you keep going on the left path. Not supposed to be in Middle Earth yet. Anyways, you start going down the left path. And after about another hour, man, Torger, have a worse nose.
Justin's gonna break your nose
Just
in
cut-
next
no,
combat.
no, we're cutting that nose off.
Oh.
No.
Please don't.
After about another hour, you come to a kind of mist-filled ravine that's about pretty expansive. It's almost similar to the one that you had to cross before when you were headed to the lake where you all met Fontaine and stuff. Also very similar to the ravine that Torger and Doe took the wagon train on. This ravine looks much deeper, still filled with mist. The bridge on this one is missing planks, and there are no rope sides. It is completely just railingless wooden planks with tiny bits of rope extending across the ravine, and in places there are like 10-foot gaps of planks. And there is a little toll box set in front of the bridge, but there's no slot for coins or anything.
Is there anything written on or near the toolbox?
Just deepest secrets keep me warm, deepest secrets keep me fed.
Antyr, we came across something like this, didn't we?
Yeah, I
was-
remember we talked to a big spider who's got secrets for people, and then he gives us hats.
This is a little toolbox. That was on a stump. This is just a toolbox kind of set up on like a little wooden post, and it's just a little box that says, deepest secrets keep me fed.
All right.
And there's like a
Looks
weird
somebody has to give a
and-
secret away.
And like kind of sticking out the side of the toolbox is kind of what looks like you'd see on a gramophone, like where the music comes out of. There's just like one of those.
Ooh, like a speaking.
Yeah, like a speaking horn.
Anybody have any?
It also
secrets to
says,
share?
does anyone examine the toolbox more to get an
I'll
idea?
examine it.
Okay. As you look
I'll
around,
investigate.
on the underside of it, there's another phrase written on the bottom. Like you'd actually have to like physically like look around to figure out how this thing works. If you're bad at lies, I'll make sure you fly.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
No.
Started saying if you're bad at lying, is what it sounded like.
You better start crying.
It's one of those things. This is super
Oh, you're back,
important.
Justin.
Oh,
Yay.
yeah,
Okay, good,
my
good,
internet was fine. I don't know. It's God, this sucks.
We heard if you're bad at lying.
If you're bad at lying, you'll sure be flying.
Is that a good flying or a bad flying? I do share that with the rest of the group.
Do you think we all have to say something, or just one of us?
It is hard to tell.
Hopper, make an insight check. You can make an insight check for this if you want.
Okay.
Anyone can try to make an insight check
Okay.
to discern what the phrasing and wording
Sure.
means.
7.
Oh yeah.
15.
It could be one. It could be all.
You get a sense
19.
the toll
14.
seems to be tell a deepest secret to pass. You can try to lie, but if you fail if your lie isn't good enough, you'll go flying. Probably
All right, so
down.
yeah, it's all of us have to do it to be able to pass. Just a deep dot secret, I guess.
And you guys have, if it's not a real secret, I'm gonna ask for deception checks.
Okay, I'll go first.
And it has to be spoken aloud into the box.
Oh,
Ah.
all right. I was the reason for that individual who died in the brothel.
A massive limb rises up out of the mist like a gnarled root, but it's got fingers and appendages, and it's just covered in centipedes and insects, and it just grabs Antyr, picks them up, and sets them on the other side of the ravine very far away. Just places them down, and you can't see Antyr anymore.
Wait, what do you mean?
Uh-oh.
A yell of fright.
And you
as
see
Antyr
Antyr
assumes
just
they're gonna
disappear
die.
into the mist to the other side of the ravine.
Torger just takes off in a sprint towards him.
Okay. The bridge collapses,
Great.
and crawling up out of the ravine is this massive tree-like entity the size of like 200, 300 feet tall, just pulling itself out of the ravine. Tell the secret or you do not pass.
I'm okay. Antyr's gonna try to call over.
Yeah, you can hear Antyr faintly. I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm not okay. Do we have to say our secret loud enough for everyone to hear? Or
Yeah.
just into the horn?
Loud enough for everyone to hear.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like you're giving up a secret.
Yeah.
Plus, we don't have any big secrets among us, right?
Hopper's gonna.
Again, you can also
reluctantly
try to
approach-
lie.
I have a -2 to charisma, my dude. I got a -2. Hopper's gonna approach reluctantly, and he's gonna say, "I'm reluctant to go to the silly court because I fear I have disappointed them."
Is that a secret? No.
I've not told anyone else.
That is not a deepest secret.
And who are you to decide what is deep and what is not? What is soul crushing and what
The
is
hand does wrap
surface?
around Hopper, though. And doesn't do anything yet. Try again.
Think of any other secrets though that would be deep to Hopper.
Lay your
I'm
hand
really
there.
trying. Am I just forgetting something?
I don't know.
I don't know. Am I?
I don't know.
Can be like a feeling that you haven't shared with anybody.
Mhm.
I mean, that was a feeling he hadn't shared.
There's somebody,
But
who's
that was-
not
that was-
in the
that was
group
really
that won't
kind of-
hear you either.
But that was a
Lend
really
me a
obvious feeling. Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone kind of had a sense that Hopper was hesitant. The grip gets a little tighter.
Hey, Hopper, I'll give you time to think. So here's my secret. I don't trust Antyr, but I want to.
Grabs you like this. And just throws you to the other side. Because you have wings.
Andrew's gonna like check because they hear the screaming.
Yeah, and you
try to see
you
if they can.
Grin coming through the mist.
Gonna try to catch them.
Yeah, you can.
I got you. I got you. They don't actually catch you at the last second. The Meg's reach comes up and palms you like a basketball.
Also, Antyr, even though you're on the other side of the ravine, you heard that secret.
And then I throw you on the ground and I stop on you. Magic missile, 4th level accurate.
but
That
like,
was my time.
when you catch him, it's like you caught like a badminton birdie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's how I'm imagining it. It's
Yeah,
like,
real small. I'm not angry for what you said. By the way, I heard it. It's all right. Maybe one day you can trust me. And Andrew's gonna like toss them up just to kind of so they
Mhm.
can lift
Any others?
like a baby bird.
Yeah.
Hopper, the grip on you gets a little tighter.
I've been lying about my status as a knight.
You revealed that, though, last session. You said you were a squire to people.
Yeah, but only to Torger.
Not a secret. It's been
Damn it.
revealed.
Fuck. Fuck you for letting me open up to you, Caleb. Ah.
What can I say?
Who's your favorite child? Do that one. Who's your
Torger.
favorite kid?
Everyone's got a
Uh,
favorite.
Everybody has a favorite.
It's true. People say they don't, but come on.
I think in a last ditch effort, he says, "I'm terrified of being a disappointment to Genevieve," which is his youngest daughter
Okay.
and his favorite child.
I'm gonna roll for this one. Okay.
Favorite child.
Hopper's place on the other side. But Hopper, you feel like you have a couple of bruised ribs from just the squeezing.
Yeah.
Remaining on the other side is Torger, Vonkar, Leek, and Arthur Wordweave.
I can't wait to hear Arthur's.
Don't worry, friends, I'll go first. I think I have this handled. He steps forward. God.
It's a lot harder than it looks, Justin, isn't it?
For him, I have to think of something because he's probably going to try to lie. Because that's just in his nature.
Please. Oh my god, this would be amazing.
I hate Terry for his lie, his secret lie. No one could ever hate Terry.
I have connections with the most powerful archfey on this realm. They favor me more than others. Let me pass. I am above you. And he looks back at Vonkar and Torger and gives like a thumbs up.
This
Torger pulls
motherfucker.
out a tiny chapstick.
The hand grabs Arthur, lifts him up, and you can see he's like, yes, yes. He rolled no, fuck. Gets a little. You hear on the other side he gets a little cocky of his deception to this thing, as it's lifting him up, doing the same motions to the others. I deceived. Oh no. Arthur does not appear on the other side.
Could I attempt to cast Featherfall on him?
You do not see him.
Oh, fuck. I don't think I have to see him to
You
cast
have to see, and also
Featherfall.
he's not within the range
Oh,
of that
60
spell.
feet. Yeah.
We just hear him screaming, falling into the ravine, and the screaming stops. We don't hear a sound of impact.
Damn, we've killed 2 of Justin's NPCs in 3 sessions.
Well,
mean-
we didn't do anything on that one.
I was gonna
That's
say, I feel like
true. They made
Justin-
their own
Justin-
choices.
it's been on a tear.
Yeah.
Leek steps forward, and the thing just picks Leek up and deposits him on the other side.
Did you even say anything?
Nope.
He has no secrets.
Also,
Well,
this
his
is-
mom's
this
realm
is his
too.
mom's domain.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair. Yeah,
Free
fair.
pass from mom.
Mhm.
It's like
All right,
EBT.
Vonkar will step up.
Okay, Vonkar steps up.
Just to clarify, is this a secret to just the people present?
A secret here nobody knows.
All right. I was about 300 years ago, give or take, closer to 250. I was an adventurer, like I am now, but I remember very little of it.
I think they know you have memory issues.
Yeah, but it's more the fact that Vonkar's been an adventurer before is the secret.
I don't think we knew that he
I
was
think
an
Grin knew
adventurer.
that.
I don't think you did.
He said something in our session 0 about my adventuring days, and because I think I asked about like your.
How about this?
You mentioned like a previous party or something.
Let me rephrase it in a way that doesn't give new information. The last time I was an adventurer was 265 years ago.
Okay. Grabs you very tightly
From group there.
and deposits you on the other side, leaving just Torger.
I invented the tattoo game.
Is that true or not?
Even you don't know if it's true.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
No, I mean Justin.
Can you message?
Would you prefer more? Would you
No.
prefer a more character revealing?
No. You can use that
I
one.
invent the tattoo game to deal with the guilt of killing people.
Can you message me if that's true or not, though? I can't find your backstory.
That is.
Okay. Lifts you up. Deposits you on the other side.
Hits the ground, really cuts the tension with a quick toot.
And then you can just hear the thing climbing down on the opposite side.
Did it?
Did you see what happened to Arthur?
Vonkar and Torger got a good look at him being yeeted.
Nope.
Hey, I went that way.
Oh, you lied. No.
What's now is don't get to lie any times. We got this special bar where we can't fly. People makes it so we can't walk over a place when we got flying boots.
Flying what?
I got boots.
Oh,
That makes me fly.
totally
What'd you
misheard
say?
you.
What'd you think I
I
said?
heard flying boobs.
Yep.
Big
I've-
honking bungle.
Your accent, your accent definitely gives you makes that different story to tell.
Well, I was going to confess my love for small arms like knives and large women like orcs women who used to milk me.
Is that a secret? Because it seems like you just said that unabashed now.
Torger has mentioned being milked before, but not by what or who.
Small arms and large women. Oh, bless. Oh, Torger.
Antyr, what did
Put
you
it on a
mean when you
t-shirt.
said?
Put it
What
on a
did you mean when
t-shirt.
you said you was the reason for that orc getting killed in the bathroom?
Well, had I not been the one to confront him, he wouldn't have been dead.
Insight check.
Antyr.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, with that secret being put out there, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Sure.
Oh. Oh.
16?
So
16. Okay. You
Well.
feel a little shift somewhere within you, but it relaxes.
7 insight. Not
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Oh, let me roll that because I don't. Yeah, that's a 2.
Oh, yeah. There's,
what did
there's,
you mean,
there's,
Antyr?
there's more to it. I mean,
I said what I said.
But the man literally crumbled into dust after you touched him.
How unfortunate.
You had nothing to do with that? You punched him, I looked away, he was suddenly a zombie
punch him.
crumbling. Well, you stabbed him pretty good with his own dagger.
That's valid. Then he
And then
knocked out and fell in the toilet, and I just
And then he
sent him
crumbled into
where
dust.
he needed to go.
So you disintegrated him.
Well, do you think I have the magical capabilities to disintegrate someone?
No, which is why I'm very concerned.
Hold on, I don't think Vonkar and Torger and us were in this scenario.
No, you are not. You are still in the tunnel, playing with a weird, fleshy thingy.
Antyr, as the questions keep pressing about the situation, I need another Constitution saving throw.
Very nice. Oh, that's a lot lower. 11.
Oh, oh no.
Roll me a d6.
no.
D?
Oh, no.
Pray you don't get a 4.
I got a 3.
I'm sorry if I kill you, Antyr.
You got a 3.
Uh-huh.
Roll me a d6 and we'll see what your Constitution is permanently reduced by.
Very nice. What do I roll?
D6.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
A 3.
Your Constitution score is lowered by 3.
Whoa!
You do
Was it odd or
whatever it
even
is.
before?
It was even.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, your health goes down by 14.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the voice in your head, Antyr, no one else can hear. You know how to fix this. If you don't feed me,
Oh.
I will feast on one of them. And I don't think
Okay.
your hag's benefit will save them from that.
Alright. Okay.
Antyr, are you listening?
Yes, look.
They wither a little bit.
Just leave it be. Please.
Fine,
Leave it
but only
be.
because you suddenly got very big.
Thank
Like
you.
the eyes sink in a little bit. The cheekbones get a little like gone. Almost like they're closer to looking like the thing you all saw in the temple that looked like Antyr.
Give me a second. I'm gonna cast sending. Shit. I'll roll my d20.
Roll a d20.
So reactionary now just to do it. 14.
Okay, you cast sending. Who are you trying to contact?
Arthur.
Okay.
Arthur, are you okay? Do you think you can find us? You shouldn't have fucking lied.
I'm fine, thank you for asking.
They're fine. It's, I guess they don't want to be saved. Oh well.
Buenas
Wait,
noches.
what?
I just reached out to Arthur to see where they are and if they needed saving and help, and they just said, I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
You probably fell in a pillow of people, naked people, and just wanted to stay there.
If he's in a better situation than the one he was in previously, might as well leave him to it if he is happier.
Leek looks a little better though, having been put on the other side.
Leek, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. No, I'm good. Yeah, I feel better. Thank you
Yeah?
for asking.
Alright.
How are you guys doing? Mama's got a real fun place. It's real tricky.
Yeah, we've had our ups and downs, but I think we are climbing our way back on the upside of the hill.
Let's keep moving.
Hmm.
Alright, as you all get moving, so we're gonna go to break. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes or so to polish this off. So, see you all back here in 10 minutes. Minutos.
Alright.
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 Alright. All right, so yeah, you are standing on the edge of that bridge. Everyone has been set down on the other side, aside from Arthur. Hopper has asked Antyr about their secret, and Antyr seemed to kind of get more gaunt and withered as the questioning progressed. And then Antyr said, "Arthur's okay." Leek arrived on the other side looking a little bit better than he did while he was on the other side. Yeah.
Do you think we just entered a different domain?
You look around, you're still very much in the jungle.
Never mind.
No, it is possible we are close to a border, but we are still very much in Antyr domain. But we still have 3 more hours of daylight. 3, 4. Let's keep going.
About 7.
Oh. We've got most of the day ahead of us, so we should continue on. Not ask anyone about anyone else's secrets.
Well, I'm actually kind of surprised that we haven't seen any people from the material plane yet.
I mean, we're still in Gothel's place, so maybe she restricted who.
But you remember that, like, the material plane and the Feywild merged. So
Right, but
we should be seeing people too.
I mean, as she said, the Archfays have control over their own domain, so
It's possible the mortals are keeping to the cities. And not venturing out, which is very smart on their parts.
I think
Maybe.
I need perception checks from everyone at this point in the conversation.
sure. That's about right.
8.
8. That's fun. I just need to know if anyone got above a 10.
12.
12.
19.
Oh,
Nice.
those old man eyes are just scanning everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Nice phone card.
Old man as.
Old man eyes.
Anyone who got above 10, which is probably almost everybody except for Hopper, up ahead, there's a bit of a disturbance to the terrain. Still following the orange blossoms. A city block has been dropped from the sky almost and landed in the middle of this jungle. Didn't fuck with the jungle in any way, didn't destroy any of the jungle, but like the jungle, it just kind of became part of the jungle. But the city block is in ruins and like collapsed and on sides, and it's definitely not a Fey city. It's a city from elsewhere, but a city none of you recognize. Just like a portion of like a city that's kind of like
Does
a
it
city
have-
block that's collapsed and kind of just resting in amongst the jungle.
Does it have any like signature architectural styles from other continents, or is it like from an Undeal?
None of you guys are really gonna know because none of y'all really have explored multiple continents. The only two that have really been on other continents are Torger and Vonkar.
Someone
And
with
the continents they're from,
archaeologist background.
you've also never been to those continents though. Yeah, and it's from continents Torger and Vonkar never visited. So it's just like it's like a city made of like kind of like white, pale, bleached stone. And it's like a massive city block that's crumbled and collapsed, but has not disturbed any of the jungle. It's like the jungle has kind of just adapted around it, and shifted around it and overgrown over it and claimed it already. It's like a large city gate that sits askew, and then would be like the first block of this city that you'd experience walking beyond the gates. It's got like port-like architecture, like you can see like a couple anchors that are kind of like suspended from like trees but are not part of the trees. And there are people just lying about part of the nature now, all claimed by the terrain, sticking out of the ground, part of the trees. Like they've merged
Wait.
with the Feywild.
Oh.
Like there's nowhere to tell where person ends and tree begins, and
Ooh.
terrain and structure begins and jungle begins. It's all kind of like it fused. And that's when you hear the bleating coming from somewhere within that city block in the jungle, which is still about a couple 100 feet ahead. And the path of orange blossoms goes right through it, right through that city block. And you still hear the meh, like the bleating of a goat or a sheep.
Do you think these guys are still alive? Any of them?
The people look like they fused with the terrain, and none of them are alive. They're all like,
Oh, okay, okay.
like face is like morphing into tree. People are fused with the ground and becoming ground. Like you can see patches of skin that are now like grass and dirt, like up the arm.
God, this doesn't look good.
Mm-mm.
You can still hear, and then there's still that bleeding, just meh.
Investigate or keep on the path?
The path goes through it.
Guess we are going to investigate.
Alright, let's keep moving.
You can see Leek pulls out a little book and is like writing and drawing as you all walk towards. I'm just scanning and keeping an eye on things, seeing things, writing, drawing. As you get closer, the bleeding gets louder, and as you get closer, the bleeding sounds a little more different. It's like
Oh no.
like it's two noises happening at once: the bleeding and a screaming.
Goodness.
Is anyone alive over there?
And you can hear something like moving through like a mixture of cobblestone and dirt and grass, all fused, and kind of the sound is getting closer and closer, like coming through streets, like streets that are now fused as part of this jungle train. You can just hear like the bleeding and screaming getting closer.
Sounds like Mr. Tumnus pulling a rickshaw.
Oh, God.
What do you all do? It sounds getting closer and closer, and it sounds like it's coming from not just your right, but also like your left. As soon as you enter the city, like it's coming from two directions, like flanking.
I'd like to slow down, and Torger would like to find a place to like tell everybody to stealth.
Oh, there's a ton, it's jungle terrain that is now fused with cities, so there's trees growing in the middle of a city street that shouldn't be growing there and all that kind of
But
stuff.
like telling everybody else to
Yeah.
like.
What's everybody else doing? Torger, you're hiding, so stealth check for Torger.
Antyr will
Grin.
kind of slip around too.
Anyone
Yep,
who's attempting to
Grin can
hide
do
would
it.
be a stealth check, please. And it's a group one, so if more than half of you fail, which it's
Check.
currently 6 people, because Doe's not here, 4 people need to fail.
Ed.
Okay,
Natural 20.
that counts as 2 successes.
I almost had a nat
Leek,
20, but
I
it was
forgot,
okay.
Leek has 6 dex.
Uh-oh.
He's not very.
He's
not
clumsy.
very-
Mm-hmm.
He got a 5. So we got a 5, 2 10s.
15.
So that's 3 fails. Antyr got a natural 20, so that's 2 successes. Grin got a 15, that's 3 successes. So it hinges on Torger.
I got a 13.
13. You all just pass the check. And you all just hide as the bleeding screaming gets closer. And at first, it's tall grass, so it's hard to make out whole features. But you see like a sheep walking through. You hear the hooves, but you hear a dragging sound behind the sheep. And where the dragging is coming from is the screaming. But the tall grass kind of obscures most of what is being dragged behind the sheep. And then coming from the other direction is a humanoid head you see just below the nose and up, moving through the tall grass and going, "Meh!" And then you hear screaming, but the bleeding on this second sheep is coming from behind where the dragging sound is, and the screaming is coming from the front portion of this sheep. Whereas the other one, the screaming is coming from the back portion, and the bleeding is coming from a sheep-like head. And there are two sheep just kind of moving through the grass, both heads chomping on the grass. Sheep head eating, human head chewing on grass on the other sheep. But you still hear dragging, you don't really see what is being dragged.
Can I creep closer?
Make another stealth check.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Or 27.
You creep a little closer. How close do you get?
I want to figure out what's being dragged.
Okay. The first sheep. It's like someone tried to make their own version of a chimera or a griffin. The front half is a sheep on the first one. That's what's bleeding, that's what's eating the grass. The screaming is coming from a human who is merged with the sheep and is being dragged behind, screaming the entire time. The other sheep, the front portion, is a human walking on its hands, eating the grass, while the back portion is like a sheep's torso and like a sheep head sticking out, and that's what's being dragged along the ground. It's like sheep front half being dragged, and that's what's bleeding. So people have fused with two sheep, and they're just like screaming and bleeding and eating, and they look not okay. They look not normal. It instantly would make you like uncomfortable to look at them.
Yeah, the human one, like the one that does it seem like it has like this human side, like is like a legit person and is like doesn't like the situation, and
they're just screaming and looking around, like their eyes are moving around, but it looks like they're not 100% aware. Just screaming and their eyes are moving around. They're not really moving or resisting. They're just screaming and their eyes are just darting around like they're in. Yeah.
Yeah, Grin's gonna he doesn't like this. He's gonna attack.
Alright, make an attack with advantage. Which one? Sheep front half or human front half?
The sheep front half.
Okay.
He doesn't like this. Yeah, he's gonna jump in and do an attack roll. Here we go.
Okay. As soon as you jump in and attack it, the other one is gonna start to scurry off.
Okay. That's a 26 to hit.
Yep.
And that was a booming blade. Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't state beforehand.
That's a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, roll damage.
Okay. That's 15 plus.
Oh, yeah. That thing has 3 hit points, so it's just
3.
gone. It's dead. Just drops. Silent. And the other one, which is the human front half, still screaming. The sheep back half being dragged, bleeding. That one is scurrying, like scampering away through the tall grass and would at this point probably disappear into the jungle. And you're just still on the orange path. That sheep is off the orange path.
Yeah. That's not right.
And it looks like
What was it?
Well, I was gonna say he picks it up and drags it, but he's
super tiny now. There's
Super
no way.
tiny.
I mean,
I mean,
when
you
you
all
come
can
over,
see
you're
it.
like,
Yeah, you
I think everybody's still kind of like in the
Mhm.
tall stuff, so maybe.
but anyone who approaches can see the weird melded creature that, funny enough, Grin predicted earlier. What if people just fused together?
Apocalypse.
Oh,
half
goodness.
half sheep, half person, but like not like it's not like cat dog.
Cat dog,
It's
cat
more
dog.
like
No, it's sheeple.
it's more like it's just more like the flesh is like
Oof.
gripping and twisted and melded.
Yeah, it
You
reminds me
probably-
of the thing.
Yeah, I think you might have saved it from.
Well, better
Injury.
get to getting some food, yeah?
Yes.
And Leek pulls out his little carving knife and walks up to the sheep
no.
person.
No. Sorry, Luke. Not this one.
Oh, all right.
I'm not in the mood to eat people.
No, I was just gonna cut up the sheep part.
Yeah.
And you
I'm
guys
gonna start
looking
with
at it,
that. I'm just-
looking at it, you get a sense that there is no just sheep
Yeah.
part anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels kind of like if you see someone pees into a pool, you don't want to drink that water.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna start digging a hole.
You dig about a couple feet down, you just hit like city rock, like cement foundation. Just
Shadow Spike.
okay. Roll me a d4 and we'll see how many hours it's going to take you to get a decent sized toll out of this.
Four.
Okay, so about 4 hours of just smashing the ground up to make a burial for whoever this person was. It looks like they were maybe like a 22-year-old man, some like stubble, short brown hair. The sheep is literally just a sheep, but you know. So yeah, about 4 hours to get a sizable little burial spot for it.
Did they have any clothes on?
Nope, it was all flesh. No clothing, no belongings, just meld.
No, like, identifying jewelry
Nope.
or. Okay. Alright. I guess I mean, if anybody wants to help, they can, but Grin's just like, kind of dragging him into the hole.
Okay.
Antyr has no means of doing that. Grin, you didn't have to do this. You could have
Well,
just.
then, well, I'm just leaving them.
I think from now on we just avoid the things that don't appear normal, I guess is the word to say.
And as you're now standing in this city and this kind of this sheeple dealt with, there are a lot of people fused with things, not just the trees and the ground. They're like kind of stuck in various things, like part of the architecture too, and some of the leaves on the trees here aren't foliage. They're leathery, they're fleshy. And I think you're muted.
Who, me?
No, Garrett. Couldn't hear Garrett.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Oh. Shit, what was I gonna say?
I don't know. How would you guys feel if you were one of these fused people? What would you want to happen?
Really,
I
I'd want someone
did.
to fix me, but
Right.
I did
think
what,
with the resources we had at our disposal, what you did was a mercy.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I will say the people that are fused with like terrain, trees, ground, architecture, their eyes aren't moving and they're not making noises. Their eyes are all kind of like glazed. So you can tell that they're not alive.
Well, let's hope that this is just unique to this domain.
It's not.
And how do you know?
This isn't like Mama's stuff.
What?
This isn't like the people Mama keeps around if they go back on a bargain.
Yeah. But
Mama only keeps
Yeah, so-
only
so
keeps her
you're
people
saying-
around her home. This is
so you're saying that the people that you are in control of these domains weren't in control of how it merged into the material and how the things
I don't know, but
panned out.
this isn't something Mama could do.
Alright.
Let's keep moving.
I will say with
Yeah.
what you're seeing and what you heard about what Aelinor did, splintered the world like an eggshell and merged it with the Feywild. That was probably what he did. This is probably his doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the second person I killed.
There will probably be many more in the future.
Ooh-wee, what a...
Proceed forward. Head on out. We don't have much time left in the day to proceed forward, so let's go.
Leek will cast good grubs. And give a grub to Grin as like a little snack. Make you feel better.
Thanks.
Oh wait. Oh no. Well, I forgot what happens when that happens. D20.
I'm telling you.
15. No surge. Leek will hand
It's
everybody.
just Antyr.
Leek will hand everybody a little grub to eat.
well, thank you.
Meh. Yeah, this
I'll
is so
eat it.
we're not hungry later. You know, this will feed you for the day. You feel stuffed when you eat these.
Oh, here I was looking forward to cooking.
Oh, I'm still gonna cook.
Alright.
Breakfast.
Alright, so do we want to find camp before it gets dark? Just so that we don't get potentially lost when the flowers go away?
I will say,
Yes, I think.
if you guys do look for shelter where you are right now, it would be very easy because there are buildings that have appeared here and
Mhm.
fused with the terrain.
Yeah, this
But I
is-
think you mean like waiting more till like stopping at sunset as opposed to like after dark.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Like dusk.
Okay, then you
Yeah.
might not be in this city, in this little city block portion then, unless you just
Yeah.
linger around to look for something.
Why don't we do that? Why don't we just stay here?
Yeah,
Let's just stay here.
yeah, let's see if there's any,
Places that don't show people merged with things.
or survivors,
I think what we saw is the survivors grin.
Survivors. Whole survivors may have already fled.
Or been killed.
Well, I guess the good news about that is that there might be something worth looting in here. So let's have a look around.
As you're all moving
Pick a
about,
building.
and you get like a better look at things, looking for a place to kind of possibly spend the night. You do see the remnants of what looks like a chapel, but it's like very. The best way I can describe the architecture is Gothic, but also still very coastal. Like you can see where there's been like salt that has like kissed the stone from the sea. and like kind of barnacle growth on a couple things. So you can definitely tell this was a coastal port city somewhere where there was like an ocean. And it's all like white sandstone, and this chapel is kind of tilted a little, but still very much enterable. Big old glass window that depicts. It looks like it's a glass window that people have tried to break and change. For some reason, it depicts a pale couple, older couple in their 50s. Pale skin, very regal, noble dressed, dark garb, but like very, very pale. You can see noticeable like teeth. And there's a man also with them, which you would assume is their son, kind of wearing like a bowler hat and also very pale and emaciated. They definitely look like vampires, and someone has like tried to break and shatter this stained glass window, but it must be enchanted in a way to prevent it, because you can see where people have like tried to like crack the glass, and there's like little wears and tear in the glass, but it looks like the glass just like mends itself, and there's like little layers of stained glass that kind of formed over damage and repaired the image. And it's like a chapel, or it looks like a chapel, but like with this stained glass window. Clearly, yeah.
Do we know what religion or god that this?
It doesn't look like it's dedicated to a religion or a god.
Oh, okay.
I know out of character. I remember these bitches. Anyway.
Grin, make a history check, because you might have been told a story about these fuckheads.
Okay.
Oh wait, actually, hold on,
+0.
because I don't know if Papa was around for this. Because Papa might not have been around for this.
Oh, that's right.
Papa don't know, mommy's getting up with the vampires.
I don't think Papa was around.
Yeah, that's right. Papa wasn't around for this.
Okay.
Baxter.
It was Baxter.
All right.
Yeah, it's just like a chapel dedicated to these really pale-looking rich people.
Weird looking gods.
And then, kind of behind the chapel, you can see what looks like portions of a cemetery that have merged with this terrain, which means anyone who is probably buried has kind of also come for the trip. I mean, the world was shifted, so yeah. But yeah, it's a chapel with like a cemetery in the back. And it says, there's a sign that's kind of merged a little bit with some trees, and it says Cala de Cuervo Cemetery.
Not remind me of any gods from the material day.
Yeah, you guys ever heard of this place?
Yeah, none of these people probably. Vonkar's old as fuck, but your memory sucks. So
What a mood.
you can make a history check with disadvantage.
Is there a way to have like double disadvantage? Because I feel like
Yeah.
I know. I
roll-
feel like disadvantage works because he would have like reacquainted himself some afterwards.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. 11.
11. No.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, just as Cala de Cuervo. You would know where Cala de Cuervos is, we'll say. It's on the continent of on the continent of Ipshire, an archipelago continent of all like these tropical islands that was ruled by pirates and is no longer.
Alright, this place looks pretty sturdy. You guys want to stay here tonight?
Yeah, let's find rest. I think we need it.
Okay.
As long as it stays in one piece.
Yeah, you go inside and it's like a dark chapel. Everything's kind of like dark stone on the inside. A lot of amethyst, like chandeliers, a lot of dark purple gems, a lot of
Is
whatever was
is
like
it dusty?
no,
No?
but like whatever was like dealt with in this place probably wasn't good. And there was more depictions of stained glass windows of that family, just in various just weirdness. There's like benches that have kind of merged into the ground a little bit, but there's places where there's still like dry, non-fucked with stone. And then yeah, there's a cemetery in the back. There's like a little, at the front there's like a little deposit box where people who were in the chapel would like leave little trinkets behind. There's like a little offering box that's closed and locked. There are also alcoves in this main center chapel that are filled with coffins, but each coffin has been like chained, like wrapped with chains, like bound shut with chains.
Have any of the chain links been broken in the transition to this plane?
Roll a luck check. We'll make this all based on luck. Roll a d20.
Why did I say anything?
Roll a d20 and say odds or evens. Someone say odds or evens.
Oh, I already rolled.
Okay, well someone say odds
Evens.
or evens. Okay, what'd you get?
Huh?
I rolled a 3.
A 3? Okay.
Oh.
One of the coffins is the chains have shattered and the coffin has kind of like tilted open. The lid is tilted open a little bit. All the coffins are sitting upright like this in the alcoves. So the coffin lid is opened just a tiny bit.
I'm gonna peek inside.
There's a person in the coffin. It's like a pale, like gnome, wearing like a dark black blouse, like coat, and there's just a stake driven through the chest, which doesn't kill vampires. You all know it just kind of perpetually stuns them.
Vonkar, help me push this back into place so I can fix these chains.
All right, yeah.
Ugh, and then try to find a link and then
Okay.
mend the chain link
was
back
there,
together.
hold on. Was there anything in there?
Nothing but a body and a stake.
And you got anything on him?
I did not want to risk it long enough for it to come back to life.
What? What do you
Just
mean?
don't fuck
Why
around
would it
with
come
the.
back to life?
Yeah,
It's
just
a
don't
dead
fuck around
thing,
with the
right?
stake.
It's in
No.
a coffin.
It is. Have you heard of vampires?
Yeah. What, you tell me there's a vampire in there?
Yeah,
Is this
look
this
at
is
that.
The chains have already been like mended, so the coffin's
Well,
shut again.
If you could look and you could see.
Mending's a
it was dead body
cantrip,
with
yeah.
a stake in its heart.
Yeah. Okay.
It takes a minute.
Yeah,
to do
no.
Mending. Okay.
Alright, well, never seen a zombie before, I guess I won't.
Not a zombie, a
Alive.
vampire. Much worse.
Vampire. Alright, never seen a vampire before.
I mean, there's a lockbox that's locked on the, like, one little altar kind of thing.
You could look in there if you would like,
Uh,
but I doubt.
There's also like a piece of parchment, like, nailed to this like wooden lockbox.
We don't
Come
go
on,
up there
Grin.
and read
Yeah.
it.
All right, it says under no circumstances open the coffins or the lockbox. This place is cursed. Signed HF. Or HL. ESQ.
Featherington.
A weird warning.
Yeah, who
do any
named
of us-
themselves Hogskr?
Lisk.
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 Ask.
Lisk.
Did you say there's an
Yes.
altar?
Yeah, there's an altar of like, it's like a stone altar that's like got like gargoyle like faces carved into it, and then that's where the lockbox is sitting. This wooden lockbox that's got like a note nailed into it that says, "Under no circumstances open this or the coffins. This place is cursed."
Antyr's gonna take their Magus Reach and slide the lockbox to like the edge of the altar,
Mm-hmm.
not off, just the edge.
Yeah.
Gonna climb onto the altar and get settled and
Okay.
into trance.
Okay.
Like a cat, just kind
Mhm.
of going to the highest point in the room.
Yep.
There's also like doors on the back wall that look like they would probably lead into like a private area. There's I can't think of the name. Confession booths. There's like a confession booths on one wall, and then yeah, there's like a door that leads out to the cemetery in the back.
I'm gonna start casting alarm
Cool.
around the altar where Antyr is. and
Perfect.
then-
Roll me a d20.
Oh fuck.
Mm-hmm. Telling you that shit feels so natural, and you're like,
17.
oh.
17. You start casting alarm around the altar where Antyr is sitting. Anybody
Yeah,
else
fuck
doing
Antyr.
anything in this
Oh.
weird chapel?
Oh man.
Just
Yeah,
kinda-
sure. I'm gonna go ahead and do another divine sense.
All right, while you're doing that,
Sorry,
Torger, what's Torger doing?
Checking all the nooks and crannies just for stuff. Just to see. I want-
Investigation check.
Yeah. Just check.
Divine sense. This place is desecrated
Mm-hmm.
under the Hallow spell, which means, Grin, the entire time you're in here, you can feel like a tingling pain sensation, like you're not supposed to be in here, as it is protected against fey fiends and undead. But it seems like the magic has waned a little, like it hasn't been, like, with whatever has happened, it's kind of fucked with it a little bit. So you can linger in here, it's just a little uncomfortable. It's like you're constantly like covered in like an itch that you can't quite get.
I don't know this. I got funky itch.
Antyr, this place is cool. You're trancing on a gargoyle altar.
I'm vibing.
Is Wonkar doing anything while Torger's snooping about?
The inscription said that this place and that the coffins in the lockbox were cursed.
Yeah, do not open them, they are cursed. Oh,
Is the lockbox like?
it's a simple
Movable?
lock. It's a simple lock, but the chains are like a little rusted and covered in little spikes.
Is lockbox like movable?
Oh, it's small. Antyr moved it with their mage hand, mage's reach.
Okay.
It's like a tiny little one. It's like this big. It's like the size of a jewelry box.
Bonkar's just gonna pick up the lockbox and just turn to whoever's closest. I don't know who that is. We can roll like a.
It'd be Antyr because it's on the altar.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Is Antyr conscious?
Yeah, they're trans.
Semi.
Oh, it's okay. Never mind if I take this outside and see what's inside.
Yeah, have fun with it.
All right.
Yeah, go
I'm
for
gonna
it.
walk
As long
outside.
as you stay outside the alarm.
Yeah, he's gonna walk outside. You're a safe distance away from the group.
Yeah, sure.
And then-
Into the cemetery or like back in like into like the city-ish stuff.
Not too far away that like people can't hear him and come
Sure.
if he needs help,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like far enough away that any effects would not hit them if there was like a radius.
Sure.
Like 60 feet.
Yeah, about 60 feet out the door.
Okay, so you'd be like, yeah, you'd be a couple like 10 feet or so out,
The price is a
beyond the
freaking
front
foot
doors.
radius.
Well, no, 60 feet out the front doors.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Just be safe. And then yeah, he's just gonna try and just like you said the lock is like rusted, right?
Rusted with like tiny. It's a rusted chain that's wrapped around it with like a little padlock, and then the chains have little rusted spikes on them.
So he's wearing gauntlets.
Yeah, these are like leather gauntlets with like stones embedded into them, and the
Oh,
stones,
they're leather. Oh, okay.
but they're
Okay.
magical, and the stones are also engraved with the dragon rune in giant.
Right. So here's actually here's what he's gonna do. He's gonna set it down on the ground because I haven't
Okay.
had a chance to use this yet. And then he's going to use a bonus action to invoke the runes on them.
And then make the big old spectral fists.
Yeah, so like two big ghost hands appear,
Okay.
and those have a reach of 30 feet. So
They
he's gonna
do.
step back 10 feet,
Yeah.
and then reach out with one of the spectral hands,
Mm-hmm.
and then just grab on or reach out the two spectral hands, grab the chains, and then just like try and yank them apart.
Okay. It does say they're fists.
Oh, are they not just like specifically
No,
hands?
they're meant just for punching stuff from a distance.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. If it gave me like
No.
long distance
Nope.
grabbers.
Just punching.
I'm gonna wreck it.
Oh no, it says they mimic your hand motions.
Yeah, as fists.
Okay. Can he like use one to like hold the box in place, and then use the other like just the edge of his knuckles to try and like just smack at the chains?
Yeah, make an
like-
attack with those Make an attack. The gauntlets deal like d6 of force damage or something like that on top of your unarmed
It's
strikes.
on top of normal one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're kitty paw batting it back and forth like
Yeah.
a mouse.
So you got these like massive like spectral fists that are just like punching this little tiny jewel.
Well, he's like he's got one holding
Yeah,
it
yeah.
still, and then the other one is like specifically trying to hit at the chains. It's like
Mhm.
taking a hammer to the padlock.
Sure.
Yeah.
An attack roll.
Yeah.
Okay. 22.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And then it's 9 plus a d6 and a force is 15 points of damage on the
Oh.
first one.
The chain shatters. The box shatters.
I was trying to just get the padlock, but okay.
Okay, no, fine. Yeah, the chain
There.
like the metal splinters from the force of it, and it's just an unopened box now.
Okay.
Everybody else
He'll-
feels a
he'll-
little bit of a chill in the chapel.
Just walk over and just like pick it up and then
All right, the chill gets a little colder in the temple, or in the chapel.
I feel it all.
No,
Okay.
but the chapel gets much colder, like a sudden drop in pressure. And Torger, you're just looking around. You can see like there's gaps in the stone where like drafts are coming through and stuff. Did you give me an investigation check while you're snooping about?
Yes, I did, and it was a 1.
A lot of drafts, some dead rats.
Seems like every other dumb cold place.
But you all do feel the chill.
cold
We'll say
place.
Torger feels the chill because of the drafty walls. You open it up, Vonkar. There's a ring inside, like a gold banded ring with a black stone, and there's like veins of red running through the black stone.
Mm.
Candelabras light in the temple, and the chapel like comes to life with light. Just Antyr, the altar begins to vibrate a little.
Antyr's gonna pop off.
Yeah, did you do that?
No.
What's going on? It got really cold, and there's a lot of lights that just turned on.
The back wall where Torger's kind of snooping about, you can see the stone starts to do this, like separate, but it's like fiery when it separates. Like,
That doesn't look good.
Mm-mm.
Should we run?
and the stone begins to. The front doors slam and then lock with thick, rusted spiked chains that wrap around the knobs and everything. Just these chains manifest and wrap, coming out of the rift, and they wrap around the doors. They wrap around the doors leading to the cemetery and slam it shut. They begin to bar the windows. Just any exit is barred shut by these barbed chains. Oh boy.
Oh.
No. Is
We're
Vonkar
okay.
still outside?
Vonkar's
60
still
feet
outside.
outside.
And
no.
stepping through the tear in the wall, you can see through the fiery tear in the wall, you can see a bleak red landscape, fiery skies, a river of blood flowing through, and stepping through this tear in the world, essentially, is this ominous humanoid figure wreathed in barbed chains, their entire head almost consumed and concealed, but only visible as a yellow eye, and trailing off of every inch of their body are large, long, hooked chains. And for the first time in a very long time, a devil steps into the world. And that's where we're going to end the session for the week.
Oh.
I might know which devil that is.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That devil seems familiar.
And we'll pick up next week with combat.
Oh, boy.
God. Gotta get Vonkar in here.
Vonkar!
But that's where we're going to end the session for the week.
My God has no idea any of this is happening.
Nope.
No,
Justin,
we just
it's
thought we shut the door.
a pleasure as always. I am
Yeah.
bouncing. Good night.
Good night,
Yeah.
everybody.
Good night, guys.
Good night.